So start this one now, and yeah, go live. Okay, so 12th August 2019. It's a Monday, 6:58 p.m.
Yep.
Hi guys.
Hi. Hi.
I have always the same questions, at least initially. What brings you to Latvia, and what are your impressions?
Beautiful. So, for example, for both of us, it's the first time here, and honestly, it's the second day here in Riga, and both of us we really enjoying this. The Riga, or all generally speaking, the Latvia.
Mm-hmm.
Personally, I really like the place is beautiful. Riga, in this trip that we're doing, has been the biggest surprise, because we already did a lot of capitals, but Riga, I really feeling in love with this city, because I'm thinking that he got everything. It's beautiful, so he got beauty,
Mm-hmm.
a lot of history and nature. So, and I really like the fact that the city is very well kept, so clean, quiet. So I really like the ambience of the Latvia or Riga. So more or less, I like everything of these 2 first days here.
Yeah.
Very politically correct.
Yeah, I like it too, because it's, for example, it's so different, like from Italy, but a bit all the places where we've been. So it's more like, as he said, so is clean, is how can I say that? So the people here respect their own city. That's the thing I can say, and that's a big difference from like Italy, or because in Italy, as you know, we got so many like troubles and troubles or
for
problems.
example, I think that we got a beautiful country like Italy, but in the biggest part of the cases is not. We don't respect.
We don't take care about it.
We don't care about it, unfortunately.
Yeah.
I don't like to say this thing because I'm Italian, so I'd like to say the contrary. But this is the first one of the biggest thing that, for example, I notice here in a country like Latvia.
Yeah.
So the people take care about the place where they born and when they live. So they care about everything.
Yeah.
And I really like the people too.
Yes.
I somehow thought that Italians are really concerned with how everything is put together.
In some cases, so for example, as we said, so we got like a beautiful country, but a lot of people doesn't care about it. So how can
That's true.
Those are the immigrants, right?
No, that's not true. No, I think the biggest problem of Italy are the Italians, not the immigrants. A lot of people, and even the people from Italy, because the people from Italy are always saying like, okay, we got problems because of the immigrants, we got problems because of the politics, we got problems because of this, we got problems because of that. But nobody think about, okay, maybe I can be the problem as well, so maybe I should do something for do the Italy, so for do the Italy the my place better than how it is.
That's
But
the thing.
a lot of people don't think about it, and they are just judge all the other things, like the immigrants. I think we got,
Because now,
especially now.
Yeah, especially now, because that's true. In Italy now we were living a big, an important situation. We can call it this way because it's really important. An important situation with the immigration. I don't really think that immigration is the problem, even because just he said now. So in a lot of cases, I don't really like to say this thing, but first in a lot of cases, first of all, are the Italians that don't care about the place where you're born and when you grew up and where you live. And a lot of people, so for example, it's not beautiful thing to say, but like to judge the immigrants or the other people that comes from
Everybody
outside.
likes to judge the immigrants.
Yeah, everybody. But for example, so I can say, but a clean example. So we've been in Ljubljana, we've been in Budapest, we've been in Vienna, Bratislava, Prague, and then 3 cities in Poland, Vilnius, and now here. And I can swear, I didn't see some garbage everywhere. Do you know, like a sack of garbage? So
I've heard of Egypt that it is like that. That everywhere you go, you see garbage piles.
yes, everywhere. But for example, if you go in Venice, Venice is a beautiful city. I was born close to Venice, but it's too dirty. Rome as well, and Milan as well. So we got.
Yeah, it
Yes.
is.
But those are world famous cities.
It's very famous.
I know.
Is the most Italian famous. I mean, it's very very popular for me for the beautiful life, shopping,
Maybe-
and all these things. So
Maybe you mean just some parts of the city.
no, just part. I mean, not everything.
Yeah.
Absolutely. But I mean, for example, he said it now. So for example, we are in Riga. We left exactly a month on this trip that we're doing. In 8 countries that we already did. So we just met people or places, people that take care about the place, they care, that bring respect for the place when they live or when they born, grew up, whatever you want.
Yes.
I
But I,
know,
mean,
but, I think
it's
I know the
incredible.
reason.
It's an incredible thing that we saw, because I mean, so another thing. I mean, for example, there are some people. I mean, I'm not speaking about everyone. Okay, I'm just doing some examples. But for example, I mean, I listen so a lot of Italian people, they say, oh, the part of the East Europe, so is left 100, the life or more or less everyone is left 100 years ago.
No, that's not true.
That's not true, because I mean, looking things like that, so that I'm thinking now we, for example, in Italy, so we still living 100 years ago.
With a lot of
for
things.
for all these things.
What was the argument that some parts are 100 years ago in the past?
No, because yes, as he just told. So, for example, yes, a lot of people in Italy think, okay, so maybe in the East European part is more. I don't want to use a bad word, but like more degraded. But a lot of people from Italy
Eastern
think,
Europe, yeah, because it is.
no, it's
I mean,
not.
Don't get me wrong. Don't get me wrong. When I talk about, let's say, Latvia, I always say it's nowadays in the 21st century. It's probably in the top 5 in the world.
Yeah.
As far as I'm concerned, right? When it's come to technology, socially, politically, all those.
Yeah,
combinations.
absolutely.
But when it comes to the mentality, we are still in the post-Soviet theme. And
absolutely.
many regions outside of Riga are still very undeveloped. Right?
Yeah,
And
I
it's
know,
just
but
and it's just a benefit of the European Union that actually we get more projects done, and so we make the infrastructure better. Right?
Right.
It's not
Yeah.
perfect, but it's definitely getting
yes, I know, but the big difference is because yes, maybe the Latvia, for example, so was like retrograde. You said so. Maybe Latvia was like retrograde until like 25 years ago, but maybe just for the mentality, but not like with the facts. So, for example, in Italy, yes, maybe we've been more. How can I say?
You're Western.
Well,
We're more Western, yeah.
Yeah, we are more
absolutely.
Western, but I saw in it a lot of things that I didn't see here. For example, we saw like the maybe more respect for the garbage is more dirty, or even the city. For example, Rome. Rome is one of the most beautiful Italian cities, but it's a disaster there because nobody takes care about so much traffic, so much tourists. So much tourists is not a bad thing, but if you have like 5 or 10 million people coming in your city every single year, you have to know how to make them come. Do you know? Yes.
In all ways.
Yes, always. You have to find a good way for let they come. So
Even because now, for example, I'm not joking. So talking about, now we're doing the example of Rome, for example. So we have already had the pleasure to meet in these three different travelers from different countries. All right, and for example, when we talk with them, or with people of the other countries that are not from Italy, so we always do the same question: did you ever been in Italy? Always. Just to be curious. And who said yes? Some, for example, said Milan, Venice, Florence, all the main cities. All right. And every one of these people that we already met in this period, talking, for example, now Rome, just doing the example, just not because I don't want to talk about Rome for a couple of hours. Every one of them disappointed Rome. Everyone.
Maybe they just had too high hopes.
For the things that, for example, he just said. Because
what is there in Rome? You can see the Colosseum.
Pantheon,
Colosseum,
yes, you go
the whole town city center.
Yes.
The Rome is beautiful.
Basically just one postcard.
The only thing. So we're just talking about the problems that now, for example, we're living in our country. I'm not talking about the beauty of the country, of the cities, because for example,
more or less everyone knows it.
More or less everyone knows it. Now I'm not saying just that just because I'm Italian, alright. No, I really think that we got one of the most beautiful countries in the world. Historically speaking, we are very rich about the food and very, very proud of us about it and about the place as well. The sea, in Italy we don't miss nothing. Talking about the tourism, we don't miss nothing, trust me. So starting from the north, going for the center and finishing in the South Italy, we got everything. But for maybe it can be for the problems that we're living, for the particular situation that we're living in this moment, we are not taking care about what we got.
That's what I wanted to say. I think I know the reason. You have too good weather, you have too much food.
Too much and good.
You are getting too comfortable. You are having too much fun over there.
I think the big problem of Italy
you're just chilling there.
Maybe we are maybe a bit too relaxing, but I think the real problem of Italy is just so everything is a business. The immigrants are a big business for someone, and
the mafia, the
mafia,
family.
no politics as well, and I'm
For
talking
the
about
politics
Vatican as well, because I think Vatican. So for example, I think the Vatican, like the Pope, the Church, and stuff like that. I think there's not a big difference between mafia politics and Vatican, because
damn, that's a stretch.
Sorry?
Damn, that's a stretch. It sounds like you saw The Godfather too. Or which movie was the one?
No, I'm not talking about movies, but for example...
But it was in the Godfather movie,
It was, yes.
Yeah,
but
you've been there?
No.
Oh, right.
But I think everyone in Italy, and talking about like the people with the power, the real power, they can control everything,
Do you believe in such things? That there are people who have the power?
Yes.
Really?
No, but I'm not talking about like the word power. I can know it and I don't know it, so I'm not gonna talking about it. But for example, yes, in Italy we got mafia, we got politics, and I think they are. So yes, the immigrants, for example, the immigrants are there just cause a lot of people take money from there, from the immigrants,
To come to Italy?
To come, obviously, because if you see, like for example, the Australia.
So now you have somebody who makes the kebabs, right?
No, not in this way. But for example, if you see the Australia, so the Australia doesn't have this problem about the immigrants, and I'm pretty sure that, for example, I mean just like illegal immigrants and stuff like that. I'm pretty sure that in Italy, if nobody could be richer with the immigrants, we will have no immigrants. Just cause I think someone is getting richer. So it's a big business.
So what about the Germans then? They have immigrants too.
Maybe
the Swedish. have immigrants.
Yes, but I don't think this disaster like we have in Italy.
Oh, well, you are just the first, right?
Mm.
You are directly at the coast, so everybody just comes first to you.
No,
right?
no. I mean, for example, no.
And
I mean,
Greece probably.
Yeah.
Greece, well, no. I mean, the fact. I mean, not just we don't talk about. We are not absolutely about immigrants. I mean, even because we choose for first, we've been immigrants because we work
3 times. Yeah.
Even no, I mean, just say because, for example, just we're not talking about immigrants. Absolutely, we don't have absolutely against nothing, but because even.
All right, let's talk about terrorists.
No.
No.
Even because I mean, we've been for 2 years and a half immigrants in England. So we lived and work in England for 2 years now.
Hey, that doesn't count. If you are in Europe, you are European. I mean, if you are in Latvia and go to Britain, you are still in Europe.
No, yeah, absolutely.
Vice versa.
No, we just talk about the fact that I mean, for us, we really think that to let you an idea. We think that, I mean, at least in Italy, so the people with power, I don't know if they are politics, if they are people that works for mafia, we don't know, we cannot never know, but big people that I think that they got a big power, do a lot of money about these people.
I don't know.
About the problems that we got in Italy.
About the problems that we got.
Yes.
Yeah, but Italy, what kind of problems would you have? I mean, you have all the 21st century technology, right?
Yeah.
You have all the most I guess places that tourists go to when they come to Europe in general. I mean, when Americans speak about coming to Europe, they either speak about Britain, Italy, or maybe France.
Yeah.
Usually, right?
Yeah, but it's not enough for have a good situation in your country. So you can have a lot of tourism, you can have the most beautiful places, you can have even the better food, you can have a lot of arts like we have. But if you let me think about it. Yes, if you
I was specifically talking about the whole, because what I do know about Italy is that it is not really a one country, right? Because it used to be many small countries, right?
Yes, but a lot of centuries ago.
Yeah, now if you mean maybe you because we got, I mean, Italy is one country, all right.
Well, nowadays, yes, nowadays.
Okay.
But it's the same.
Yeah, maybe in the past. Yeah, I mean too. I mean,
but still, I mean, it's the same with. I've heard of India as the best example. It's like one country, right? On the map, it's one country. But actually, if you speak to Indians, they said no, it's like 30 countries.
All right.
Because it's just something to put on a map is one thing, and the actual living conditions is another thing. The culture, the dialects, the people.
We got a lot of regions in Italy as well. We got like 21 regions. But
and probably the north doesn't like the south or something like that.
In some cases,
because I've had
in some cases, yes.
It does depend on how smart a people is.
Yeah.
How clever a people is.
Yeah.
Yes, because if you're not clever, for example, if a people from north like me is not clever, he doesn't like the south, he doesn't like the immigrants, he doesn't like this, he doesn't like that.
You are from north and you are from south?
Yeah,
more or less.
Yeah, because he's born and grew up in north.
Yeah.
Me, I'm born in south, close alongside the Sorrento coast. Because the family of my father comes from here. Then I just lived the first couple of years of my life. So then I grew up in the north.
Oh, so you both grew up in the north?
Yes,
yeah,
both of us.
So you are not real Italians then, right?
More or less.
Right? You are sort of not Germanized, but you know what I mean. The North Italians, the bourgeoisie.
I'm very close to the Austrian border, actually. Yeah.
No, he lives close to the Austrian border. No, just let you know, So I'm born in the south, and I feel my South Italian blood anyway.
You can see it as well.
But no, I'm born. But I grew up in the north. For example, my father, all the family that comes from my father, so cousins, my grandfather, so they born and grew up there. My father too.
Yeah.
Then just my father, so he, for example, he born and grew up in the south, and then when he was 7, 8, something like that. So almost 30 years old. So just going the north. So
to become rich.
For the work, even because I mean, for example, so if we talk about 25 years ago, 25, 30 years ago, we were living in Italy in a situation that, for example, all the big work, so if you try, I mean, for example, to do a business or get a nice job, so there was just work in North Italy, maybe Central Italy. There was nothing up or almost nothing in South Italy. Now, for example, just to let you understand, we're living the same situation in more or less all the Italy.
The north
of Italy,
as well. The north of Italy was richer than the south. Maybe a lot of years
ago, right?
No, because now in Italy it doesn't care. So it doesn't care if you're from north or south. The situation is quite bad for everyone now.
Quite bad.
Quite bad, yes. Because So for example, a lot of like the old people. So like the old people when you had the pension, like the pension. And I read, and I met a lot of old people. They take 250, 300 euros of pension per month. Per month, man. So after,
I think in Latvia you have people living on 150.
Yes, but I know, but
and we have no Italian weather.
Yes, I know, but I mean, so it's like so we can't. So the Italy, like the state, the government. So you can do that. So for example, a man who worked like 60 years, so he worked hard and he always paid like a lot of taxes. Cause in Italy we got the highest taxes of all the Europe.
Come on, probably Denmark.
Probably Denmark, but for example, if we talk about, for example, open an activity, if you open an activity and you have like at the end of the year, you have like, for example, okay, I've got 10, I had to give 8 to the Italian state. So why should I do it?
That's bad accounting.
Yes. So why should I do it? So why should I work and do so everything? So in for example, in my activity, or we got a lot of, for example, unbelievable taxes. So for example, in Italy, we had to pay like the taxes for our first house. So
well, you mean when you purchase it?
No, for example, in Italy, every year, every single family has to pay a tax for the house,
Or just for real estate in general?
I don't know, but
because real estate tax is something that everybody has. Well, most countries have them.
Yes, but I mean, I can understand, for example, like the rich people, then they have, for example, like 10 houses. It's different.
So, well, yeah, I get what you mean. If it is the real estate tax, then it's all I think in all of Europe the same.
Yes,
except maybe in Greece. I think when the crisis started, they were surprised that in Greece, I think many of those big luxury mansions weren't even registered in the land register. So there's some auditing to do.
So what we can say that a lot of things doesn't work in Italy, but
I mean that's true. I mean that's true.
Yes.
So for example, I'd like to say as Italian, I'd like to say the contrary. But I mean, for example, I'm still thinking I'm born Italian, so I grew up in Italy. So
yes, we are Italians.
We are Italians, but I mean, for example, I can say that I love my country anyway. I mean, even for the pro.
Let's be honest, you just like football. Just like football.
No, I don't like football.
He doesn't like the football.
I don't like football.
Me, I like it. So you like the football?
I really don't like football.
Do you know any Italian football teams or?
Well, Italian football teams probably Milan.
Milan, beautiful.
Yeah. But other than that, well,
Juventus.
Well, Juventus was with Cristiano Ronaldo, right?
Yeah.
I know just because he's so famous. So.
He, for example, doesn't follow, but me, I don't support.
But that's the thing. I don't believe anybody who says that their country has a lot of problems if their country has such super big sports teams.
And that's another business.
That's where the Italian GDP goes in, right?
That's another
get
but that's another
Ronaldo.
business, like the immigrants. Because yes, maybe.
Yeah, but so you have the money. It's just a question of how to distribute the money.
Yeah.
Right?
Yes, but because
let Cristiano Ronaldo pay your real home tax.
yeah, he will never do it. He will never do it. As all the like the sport team. We were talking about it like
a few days ago. Right?
So I find the thing so unbelievable. You can't pay like a 20 years old guy like 40 millions of euros per year.
Yeah.
Yes, he's quite a good player. Maybe it's right. Then he will take more money than me. I'm a waiter, of course, but you can't give it to him like 40 millions euros per year. When in Italy we go like 10 millions out of 60 people, they are poor.
It is weird. It is weird. By the way, do you know the reason why do Americans if they parody Italians, why they say "boop the beppe, boop the beppe"?
That's a legend about.
That's another legend. I mean, no, because I mean, everyone, more or less everyone. I mean, the not Italian people, right? Think that we Italians so move the hands like this way when we talk, and that's true. Me for first, because I don't know why it's something like that we can.
Yeah, look at that.
Look at that. So it's something. I think that's something that we got natural. So move the hands, but this thing,
we don't do it.
We don't do. I mean. I don't know. No,
if you know kind of it, but we are not like every single minute of our life doing this.
So try to imagine an Italian person that walk for the streets of Milan like this, no? Or I walk and do all this type. No, this thing. I mean, normally, if someone in Italy does this thing. Mm-hmm. Maybe I don't know. I mean, no me. There's something a kind of legend because this thing, if someone do it can mean something like what you want from me, something like that.
Or what are you saying?
Or what are you saying is, for example,
it's for argument.
Kind of
something
argument.
like that. It's a kind of legend because I mean, normally there's another thing that we can do that can be maybe that's this thing
this one?
That this
mean?
means I don't mind, so
I don't care
I don't
Is it this
something like that. It's quite similar.
It's what Michael Jackson did, right?
I don't know, you know. I don't know. But
know.
maybe so if someone do I don't mind, I don't care. Maybe someone can do it. But this one is a kind of legend.
You know what the Russians do, or the former Soviet republics do?
What?
You say this, I don't care.
Yeah.
Right? They do this, I don't care.
Really?
I did it more explicit than us.
I did it. By the way, we're gonna be in Russia in more or less 10 days. So
more or less.
if you're gonna see someone that do this thing,
I will.
It doesn't care.
Yeah.
No, talking about that, I think that this one is a kind of legend. So that's I think
it's a legend.
That's became popular in all the world.
Maybe in web world, but you know what's the weird thing? A lot of people from other countries tell me a lot of times, "Oh, you Italians, when you're talking to each other, it's like to hear music." And I was like,
That's the French.
Yeah, I was like, it's like to hear music. We're always like screaming. We are screaming. It's always like if we have like an argument, for example.
Yes, that's what I say. Spanish and Italian sound like they argue with each other.
Yeah.
French.
We move like the hands every time. So how can you say it's like music?
Yeah, that's true. Yeah. That's true. Oh no!
Go ahead.
By the way, the fact if you know Italian people think that we always eat pasta, this is true.
Yeah,
that's absolutely true.
I'm not questioning that.
But is it true that you Italian always just pasta?
Yeah. Yes,
that's true.
Once a day minimum.
But is it like the pasta that it is in like the grocery store in Europe, or is it something very Italian specific pasta?
But I don't know, because a lot of people.
Because you know Germans always emphasize that their beer is pure because they have the specific German regulations for making beer. So their beer is not like everybody else's beer.
Yes. No, we got just 2 secrets for make a good pasta. No, even 3. So first of all,
have a grandmother.
Have a grandmother.
Yes, it could be, but it's
so 4 secrets.
So 4 secrets.
No, because
have a grandma, then put the salt in the water, the salt, but not the fine one, like the big one. Do you know, like the
sea salt.
The sea salt, yes.
Sea salt.
Then you have not to cook too much that pasta, so
called
you can't leave half an hour the pasta boiling, definitely. And don't put any cream.
Where?
In the sauce. Yes.
And on the carbonara especially.
And especially on the carbonara.
Especially in the carbonara.
In other places, like for example in America, they do like, do you know, like they do for example the pasta alfredo with tomato sauce and double cream. Oh, it's Italian. It's not true. So in every case, we don't do like every pasta sauce. We don't put any cream. Definitely.
But I think it's just for them to not stick so much.
To not
be so sticky. That you can more easily get them.
Right.
You know?
No, but that's the thing. I mean, for example, so I'm gonna get the most famous, one of the most famous Italian dishes is spaghetti alla carbonara. I don't know if you know them.
I just know the spaghetti carbonara.
Carbonara. He said it better than you, man. Carbonara. Carbonara.
You say with the perfect Italian pronoun, spaghetti alla carbonara. I mean, I just gonna do an example for you. I mean, for example, the classic, the original, okay, is born in Rome. All right, thank you Rome for giving me the carbonara because I love it. So the original recipe is prepared with the eggs. All right, and other ingredients. All right.
With the what?
Eggs. Just the red part.
Just the red part of the eggs.
Okay.
The original one.
And I mean all the and other ingredients as well. I mean, for example, just as I said before, we worked in England for 2 years and a half. And for example, so we worked in a restaurant when we worked for English people, and so we serve the spaghetti alla carbonara a lot of times. But for example, I think that's a thing of tastes, because for example the biggest part of the English customer that we served the spaghetti alla carbonara don't really like with the original recipe with the eggs, with the red part of the eggs.
They like it with the cream,
with the double cream. And for example, if you
I would imagine it tastes better. Because fats, because those type of fats, I think, give you the flavor and also the texture.
No, do you know? Because I done, for example, the hospitality school for work in the kitchen. I always been a waiter, but I studied another thing. But my teacher my kitchen teacher was a really good cook, and he always said, guys, so you put the double cream just to cover any other defects.
Yeah, but see, because it makes it better. If it wouldn't have any defects and you would still put the cream, it wouldn't make it worse, right?
Yes, but how can I explain it? So for example, yes, in Italy we do, for example, yes, I can do even like at my place like a spaghetti with some double cream and some bacon. I can do it. It's not bad. It doesn't taste like but all the people around the world think that's a typical Italian recipe. So,
dude, let me speak for the rest of the world here, right? All I think of typically Italian would be probably just pizza.
Oh yeah,
that's about it. Everything else, mozzarella.
Mozzarella as well.
But other than that, when it comes to spaghetti, I think spaghetti is eaten, or noodles are eaten just in
every single country in the world.
In different ways.
I know.
Pizza. I think pizza is definitely from Italy, right?
No,
don't put any pineapple on it. So definitely, because a lot of people put even pineapple on the pizza.
Yeah, because for example, we Italian, we are very, very, very proud of us about the food. So
because it's quite it's like the French. I mean, they figured out what tastes good, looks good, smells good.
Yeah,
right.
They as well. So
it's just that now that you have to figure out how to make it behave good.
Absolutely.
Once it's
absolutely
inside.
Yeah. No, we are particular in Italy.
We are very particular about the food as well.
We want the pasta cooked like we want. We got the pizza and that kind. We drink just espresso. So in Italy doesn't exist a coffee a coffee like that. For example,
Yeah, for example, the Americano
Yeah.
coffee. No, in Italy,
No,
in
one,
Italy
no.
don't
Yes.
drink the Americano coffee.
But it's not tasty, right? I mean, the ones
Yeah, it's just
like espresso, it's not tasty,
It's just
The espresso, do you mean?
right? Yeah,
Yeah.
It's
No,
just like coffee, right?
No,
No,
but
no,
it's
really.
very.
They're completely different.
It's very it's very strong. So, for example, if you that's like not the best example I can find, but for example, if you drink an espresso, you can, for example, smoke 5 cigarettes, and you still have like the coffee taste in your mouth.
Is that good?
Yes.
Yeah, because I mean, we drink a very very short espresso. It's something like 5-6 millimeters of coffee.
Yeah.
My just coffee from the espresso machine.
Espresso.
Espresso machine. So you can feel all the I mean smelling and all the taste of the coffee, the real one.
He
Is
said
for
that-
example you
he
put
said
some
that,
hot water, so you're gonna feel this tasting less respect an espresso.
Yeah, but he said that you have a long aftertaste. So,
Yes.
so it's like drinking diesel.
Yeah.
You're just
But
feeling
good
the
diesel,
long-
I mean
But a good diesel.
a good
yes,
diesel.
yes. And yes, for example, we were talking about Americano. In England, everyone drinks Americano, but Americano is just like an espresso with hot water in. I can find it so because yes, it doesn't have like a real taste, do you know? Because yes, you drink it, but then you just. So yes, if you drink an espresso, you really feel the coffee. If you drink an Americano, you just have like a part of the coffee taste, you know. So,
But what's the point of drinking coffee? Usually it's just to get stimulated, right?
no, a lot
To
of
have the caffeine.
Even for that,
Right.
I mean, first
Even,
of all,
but-
first of all, we drink espresso coffee for a lot of things. So
What?
first of all,
I like espresso, for
Yeah,
example.
first
I like
of-
to drink.
Just so.
Really.
I mean, first of all, a nice espresso coffee and got in a bar, for example, is the perfect way to start the journey.
The journey, the day.
The
The day, yeah,
day.
I'm sorry, the day.
You mean on an empty
So I
stomach?
wake up, so I wash my face, and I think, okay, I'm gonna have an espresso. When for example, me or like other Italian people, when you had your first espresso coffee,
The day can start.
the day can start.
Yeah.
But
So
does that mean that you are tired? That you want a coffee?
No,
Because
it doesn't.
it's a tradition. It's like more than a tradition, or just because.
Come on, there's probably a lot of Italians who don't drink coffee at all, right?
Maybe a lot of grand part of them, but for example, I love espresso, so I drink espresso even when I'm not tired, just because I like it.
Just
But
because-
when you drink it, then you cannot go to sleep, right?
Obviously, if you drink it at midnight, obviously you cannot sleep.
Yeah.
But for example, if I wake up and I get an espresso like at 8 o'clock a.m. before to go to work, then I can even drink it at 11 o'clock because I just like it. For example, a colleague of mine come there, oh yeah, would you like an espresso? Oh yes, why not? Just because I like it, but it doesn't mean that I'm tired or I can't go ahead with my day, you know.
You just get the espresso just because if you like it. I mean, of course, if you drink, as you said, 25 espresso in a day, okay, it's gonna be quite difficult
To sleep, definitely.
to sleep.
And you will die probably as well, but yeah.
No, I mean, for example, so in Italy the espresso is the perfect way to start your day. Then maybe you can have the second one in a break before lunch, so
Yeah.
11 o'clock, something
Or
like
just
that.
after your lunch.
But what would be Italian breakfast? Not just espresso, right?
No, normally, I mean, normally.
Espresso, cigarettes.
Espresso and cigarette, the perfect couple.
Italian breakfast.
Yeah.
A lot of people do just the cigarette as well.
Yeah,
I mean,
there's a cigarette. Or just the
No.
coffee.
Don't they have any coffee cigarettes?
coffee cigarettes.
Yeah, shouldn't they have that
No, I
type
mean,
of product already?
I mean, no, personally, to
Just-
smoke mine.
Just
I
cigarettes
never.
soaked in espresso.
I mean, I don't
Yeah.
smoke. I never.
Yeah.
I never see coffee cigarettes.
No, I never seen
No.
it. But we drink a lot of cappuccino, for example. Cappuccino.
The cappuccino as well.
Cappuccino
Wait
is
a
like
second, cappuccino is probably like something Westerners would drink. right?
Something?
Something Western people in America, for instance, would drink also.
Yeah, and even
right?
because I think
it's not really specific.
even because the cappuccino is more international, like
Than the espresso, definitely.
Than espresso, absolutely.
A lot of people doesn't like the espresso, but the same people maybe like the cappuccino because maybe it's less strong than the espresso.
Yeah.
For example, I'm Italian, but I don't like cappuccino, honestly. So I don't like. If I have to drink, I drink it, but I prefer the regular espresso because I like or to drink coffee or to drink milk, but I don't drink anything like mixed, like latte macchiato or macchiatone, we say in Italy, or cappuccino. So normally I drink just espresso, personally.
But is it related to what you eat? Maybe it's because you eat a lot of, let's say, salty foods, and then you want something that's strong. And if you don't eat those salty foods, maybe you want something.
Well, so for me personally, it's not correlated to what I eat.
For me as well.
Yeah,
so just so you know, before for us the espresso coffee is a tradition. So, for example, so you are at home, you are watching. Imagine you are Italian. You are at home. They are just watching a film. All right, in the middle of the afternoon. So you don't have nothing to eat, nothing to drink, for example, and during when you're watching the film, all right, I would like an espresso because I like it. And you go to get it. This is not because you correlated for the food or for the time. So I think that there's no a specific time to drink the espresso coffee.
Okay.
You just feel you would like to have an espresso. And okay, I'm gonna have it. Boom, that's it.
You have no idea, guys, to how I missed an espresso. I drank the last one a month ago. I really would like an espresso.
You can get espressos everywhere, right?
Yeah, that's true. Yeah. But normally we don't drink too much coffee now during our trips. Yeah, even because, like, for example, we have to say, like, for example, the espresso is so more expensive outside Italy. So, for example, in Italy we paid 80 cents, 90 cents.
That sounds expensive because it's really little, right?
Yes, but for example, an espresso outside Italy you can pay even €2, €2.20.
Yeah, that's true.
I can never give you like €2 for a finger of coffee. Obviously, we are used to drinking like for 90 cents. It's a big difference.
Okay. And that's another thing because about espresso coffee. So in Italy, we're a big country full of surprises. For example,
Too many surprises.
There are a lot of one big difference, for example, about the espresso coffee that you can drink in the North Italy and about the espresso that you can get in the South Italy. First of all, for the price. Because first of all, in the North Italy, the espresso's price is at least €1, €1.10, maximum €1.20. That can be more than enough. And normally, if you like, for example, to drink a glass of water, so with your espresso, you need to husk it.
Wait a second, you want to drink water with your espresso?
Because
a lot of people do it.
Normally, usually, what you should do, because there's a kind of legend, we can call it this way, that a small cup of espresso coffee and a glass of water. Before, you should need to drink the water. The glass of water to clean your mouth, and then taste the espresso coffee. In this case, your mouth is clean and you can feel all the taste of the espresso coffee. Normally, you should do it. Now depends up to you. You can drink the espresso and then the water.
But other people think
right.
I think the opposite thing is
okay.
more.
All right, but normally in North Italy, so the price of the espresso coffee is a little bit more higher, so 110 or 120. And for the glass of water, if you like it, you need to husk it. It's difficult that someone give it to you without husky. In the South Italy, that I've been a lot of times because just said you before, the family of my father is from there. So first of all, the price is cheaper respect to the north because it's something like 80 cents, maximum 90, no more. It's difficult that you're gonna.
See, because the north is richer.
Yeah,
right.
I think so. I don't know why.
Honestly, I don't know why.
For this thing, I don't know.
Because probably in Monaco, the same espresso would be 10 euros, right?
And
you can find even 20 euros an espresso in San Marco Square in Venice.
In South Italy, in a bar of South Italy, if you ask espresso, so they is gonna, the bartender who works there give it to you the glass of water without asking, and you don't pay for the glass of water. In the North Italy, you can pay even 20 cents for the glass of water. That's true.
Where do they make Ferraris?
Sorry?
Where do they make Ferraris?
Ferraris?
Where?
In the north or south?
Ferrari is in Turin.
No, it's North Italy.
North Italy.
Maranello.
The Fiat is in Turin. Wouldn't say.
No, the Maranello is in
Lombardy.
North Italy.
North Italy.
Yeah.
No, I'm sorry. I confused for a second the Fiat with Ferrari. No, because we got the Fiat.
Oh well.
The Fiat is Turin.
But Fiat is the biggest company in Italy, right? Or at least one of the biggest.
If you're talking about the all Italian cars, it's one of the biggest.
No, I mean as a company.
As a company, I think.
What is the biggest company in Italy?
I think Fiat, because we got Ferrari and Lamborghini as well.
But now it's Fiat Chrysler, so it's not only Italian now.
Right.
The Chrysler.
I thought they were owned by a family.
Sorry?
I somehow thought that the Fiat was owned by a family.
Yeah, but maybe a lot of years ago now, with maybe with the crisis, maybe because it was like better for them now. The name of the company is Fiat Chrysler, so I don't know how much of the company they sold to the Chrysler. I don't know how the Chrysler is on this company, but now we got the Fiat Chrysler.
Because that's a weird thing. In one way, Italians make super sports cars, luxury cars, right? And another one, they make those tiny, weird-looking cars.
Fiat Doblo, it was horrible. Do you remember it?
Fiat Doblo. We talking about a car of how many years ago?
A lot of years ago.
A lot of years ago. Yeah, it's quite strange because we can find the small, even we go. For example, that now it's very very popular in more. I think in Europe for sure. Now I don't know outside Europe. The Fiat 500, the small,
the C500.
Yeah, the C500, right? That's very very small. So and then on the contrary, you can
a lot of women like to drive with them. They're small, and then so they can.
I know.
That's true. So you can find because the Fiat, for example, got the Fiat 500. That's very very small. You got 4 people, I guess. Yeah, 4. You can just keep 4 people.
If you're not fat, obviously.
What was the average Italian height?
Which one?
Isn't it the stereotype that Italians are short people?
Yeah. I don't know. I'm quite short, honestly. I can say for myself.
Normally, I think that we are not too short and not too tall.
Because I think statistically the tallest Europeans are the Dutch.
Yeah, they are definitely higher than us.
Can be true. Yeah, absolutely.
But I think the shortest on average are Italians.
We are. Oh my god, I don't know.
Let's just Google it.
Oh please.
I think so.
I don't know. Just check.
Shortest.
We're gonna. We are the shortest in the. So. Are we the shortest in Europe? I mean, oh my god.
So, Portugal.
In which average are we? I mean, well, please let me know because now I'm curious. So.
Yeah. So it just.
I would like to know if you are one of the shortest in all Europe. Please let me know.
Yeah, I think we're. No, maybe one of the shortest. Maybe
it's possible. I mean, do I look so short?
Oh, this is the world.
Yeah.
Shortest Europeans on average. Shortest European on average. From Malta, then Portugal, then Italy.
Oh my god.
We're the third.
We are the third in Europe.
Yeah.
Nah, not bad.
Yeah, but I think it's I think they usually say that it's more related to the weather or the closeness to the equator somehow.
Honestly, I really don't know it. I really don't know.
Because or was it more no? But Italians do consume a lot of dairy products, right? You consume a lot of milk products.
Yes, maybe
Yeah,
a
I
lot of
think
cheese,
so.
maybe just even a lot of milk, like during the breakfast.
Yeah, that's true. Can be true because normally if you just think, I mean, for example, just talking about the breakfast for before. So normally our classic Italian breakfast is not salted, so like the English breakfast. I mean, just to do an example.
Oh my god, English breakfast is horrible.
I mean, for example, so we have just an espresso and or cappuccino.
And the cornetto.
They use the milk, cornetto. That's a sweet brioche, something like that. And then, but that can be true because we use or we eat a lot of milk. We have a lot of milk with cereals as well. For the breakfast,
yes.
But
that's
for example,
American.
I think that's.
Yeah, but just for example,
I think that's
place.
given for the fact that we got a lot of cheese around all Italy, and yeah, for sure. So we use a lot of milk and cheese. Yeah,
we got a lot of kind of cheeses even in Italy. Yeah, we got a lot of
too much cheeses. I mean,
yeah, we got a lot of different products, and it's nice because in Italy, yes, we got like a lot of recipes, and it.
Actually, that's what I wanted to ask you about recipes. Because do you believe that there should be some type of modifications? Because I remember seeing a Frenchman, and he was just combining foods that I wouldn't have imagined that you should eat in one sitting, right? So I don't remember what exactly, but he was taking eating cheese, then afterwards some grapes or whatever, and it's just so strange.
Yeah, that's a French match of a French food match.
Because food combinations,
grapes and cheese.
Because food combinations should be probably important, right? Because there are good combinations and there are bad combinations.
Obviously, but for example, in Italy is even in Italy we do, for example, cheese and pears is.
But I don't think that's right, man.
I don't think it too, because I don't like it. So, for example, yes, I'm like a bit traditional. I like the traditional combination, the traditional food. So I will never like. Yes. So yes. For example, in England, we serve like a lot of people from British people like every day, and they did like some bad combinations, or I remember when I was working in Germany. I was working in an Italian ice cream shop, and we served even like some salty snacks, like some bruschettas, some toast and some like plates with like everything, affettato or stuff like that. But for example, in Germany, so how can I say? So I saw someone take the toast and put on the cappuccino.
On the cappuccino?
On the cappuccino, so stuff like that.
Oh, so he dipped it?
He dipped it, the toast.
Oh, well, but that's bread. I mean,
but bread with cheese and ham. With filled cheese and ham.
I cannot really have it.
No, I mean the bread without cheese and without ham. Yes, I can do it as well. But
but a lot of people do that. Yes, because if you have something, even if it's only on the outside dry, right, and you have tea or coffee, a lot of people like to dip it.
Yeah, I like to do it as well, but it depends what are you dipping, definitely. Or for example, I saw one, oh my god, I think this was the worst. I saw once a German colleague of mine, there was working some Germans as well. He done like a bread with salami, salami and Nutella and chocolate.
Dude, I'm telling you, salty things with Nutella. Well, nothing goes bad with Nutella, I think.
Yes, but
everything Nutella goes
yes, but
bad.
not ham, my friend. But not ham.
I mean, you can eat potato chips with Nutella.
No, I don't think.
No.
I think that
Nutella goes.
I can try to do
it.
it.
Ketchup. You cannot go wrong.
Oh my god, no, ketchup doesn't go with the pasta.
What's the difference between ketchup and tomato sauce?
Oh my god,
there's a big difference.
That's a big difference.
There's a big thing. Now I'm gonna explain. I mean, the ketchup is a constant.
We came back about the grandma.
First of all, start from the beginning. The ketchup is a concentrated of, different ingredients and tomato.
Yeah.
So imagine to be in Italy. I don't know if did you ever be in Italy?
Not even close.
Now, if you're gonna be in Italy,
This is the
just
closest
go. No, imagine to be in Italy, in South Italy, for example.
Okay.
Grab the fresh tomato they grew up for different months,
Okay.
and cut it the same evening with extra virgin olive oil, and do a simple
Fresh basilicum.
fresh basil, and so do a simple pasta with fresh tomato and fresh basil, extra virgin olive oil, and ketchup.
Or
They're two completely
obviously.
different
Or
things.
if we talk just
Absolutely.
about, for example, like the tomato sauce is maybe the most popular sauce of the Italian kitchen. So, for example, my grandma do it as well. So you have like to take the tomatoes, cut it, yes, and like let them cook for a lot of hours with love, do you know? So when we do the tomato sauce, we do it with love, and it's completely different from take like a bowl of ketchup and put on the pasta. You can do it even because I think so. I always tasted like the bless you. I always tasted like the ketchup is quite sweet, more or less.
Yeah, it depends on the sugar content.
Yeah, it depends on the sugar concentrate, but it's always sweet. You can put a sweet sauce on the pasta, but not the
I just
ketchup.
think that you're gonna need to check. For example, so try to a pasta with ketchup, and then if you want, we're gonna prepare, I don't know, a pasta with fresh basil, fresh tomato, extra original oil, and some salt, pepper, and that's it. You can try to
Both of
them, and then tell me the difference in taste, in smell, in everything.
I believe you. I believe you.
Yeah.
But which one is more comfortable?
To prepare it,
Yeah.
I mean, pasta with ketchup is more
Just
comfortable
take
because
Heinz 57.
Yeah,
just
I know,
push
but if I had to, like, for example, in Italy, if we had to do like a lunch, for example, if we have no time, we can buy a sandwich, for example. Yes, but so we can do so. I think nobody in Italy could even imagine to put some ketchup in the pasta.
Absolutely
Absolutely.
nobody.
Nobody.
I bet Heinz sales for ketchup in Italy are pretty good.
Sorry?
I bet Heinz ketchup is selling pretty good in Italy.
Heinz ketchup.
Yes, I'm
Honestly, I don't
pretty
like
confident.
ketchup, so I can't say it. I use just mayonnaise. Not on the pasta, but I use just mayonnaise.
I remember. No, I mean, for example, I use the ketchup just to go to the McDonald's. I mean, for
Yeah.
example, I
So-
never use it on the
Yeah.
pasta.
So for us, the ketchup. So yes, for example, the ketchup is just and only a thing to put like on the fast food, and that's it.
Yeah, but tastes good.
Yes, but not for putting the pasta. That's what I mean. Yes.
I mean,
Yeah.
just to say, we're really proud of our food, so we always prefer the fresh tomatoes on the ketchup, the red part of the eggs,
Or the cream. Yes.
on the cream, about the carbonara. So
As I told you, we're a bit particular with the.
we're
and
very particular.
I think that's why we are so proud about it. That's why we take care a lot about it. So for example, in Italy, and I'm Italian, so for example, when I'm outside Italy and someone tell me, oh yes, I do, for example, the spaghetti with ketchup, I'm like, man, how can you do it? So for example, but just because I'm Italian,
I'm telling you, when we do ketchup, we many times when we do spaghetti, we take them out. We actually do the same with the salt, but it's just for it makes it faster to cook if you throw in salt. So
Yeah, I think that's
and it
up
gives
to
a
you.
little bit
Depends
taste,
if you like.
And
I
then
mean, personally,
you take it out. You take a big chunk of butter. You just wish it around in butter, and then put some ketchup on that thing.
I think that I never tried.
no, I never tried, and I think I would
think
never
that-
do it, honestly.
I think they're
But,
never gonna try it. Thing.
Yeah.
Tastes good.
Yeah, and even the
Okay,
butter. So
okay.
for example, we use the butter, but just for example, like with a like if we do a sauce, but we don't put like directly like the butter on the pasta. We put just oil on the pasta, but we don't use to put just.
Oh yeah, that's a strange thing because olive oil doesn't taste good, right? As by itself.
Yeah.
It's quite strong, but it's a good taste. Obviously,
Yeah, I mean,
if you put half a bottle,
I mean,
it will be not
I
good.
mean, I mean, it depends which kind of oil you use as well.
But we're talking about olive oil. If we talk
the
about olive oil, is
or extra virgin olive oil. That's with the Italian olives in South Italy. Man, it's absolutely different.
like the real olive oil.
It's absolute. The taste is, trust me, is absolutely different from all general olive oil that you can find everywhere, even outside Italy.
Yes.
Absolutely.
But then I saw a lot of people cook with just like the oil, but the oil for the fryer, for fry. But it's different because you can use.
You mean you like refined frying oil?
Yeah, the frying oil. But I saw a lot of people cook, for example, a pasta or a sauce for the pasta with the frying oil. But no, because for example, the frying oil you use for fry.
Yeah.
But then for put, for example, on some salad, or for put like on the pasta. Yeah, but I saw it a lot of times and it was terrible, honestly. But yes, I think that's why, because we are so proud about the Italian kitchen. That's why we are very
particular
and quite afraid to go out of our country. Yeah, because a lot of people are quite like afraid, I think.
Yeah,
because we don't understand. Maybe we don't understand the rest of the world.
Yeah, that's a thing. Sorry.
What do you think about French cuisine?
I mean, I never tried, to be honest. I just tried once the French oysters, just once, and I really liked them. But I mean, personally, I can say, because I never been in France. Even if I live close to France, I never taste the French food. I taste different times the French wine, some French red wines, and I can say that I really love them. So even because in Italy there are, or in France, depends. There is this little war, we can call it this way, between Italian and French. The Italian think or say, oh, the Italian food is better. The French people, no, the our food is better. So we keep going to say this thing.
Where does Italy stand? Because I've heard French people call Germans their rich neighbor, and Spanish people their poor neighbor. And Spanish people call French their rich neighbor, and Portugal their poor neighbor.
Yeah.
So where does Italy stand in this?
Honestly, we're the poorest of everyone, I think. No, I don't know. Honestly, I don't know. Yes.
What are the bordering countries of Italy?
What about
the bordering countries of Italy?
Yeah,
Switzerland,
Austria, France, and no, not Switzerland. No,
Switzerland?
Slovenia.
Oh,
yes, we got Slovenia, Austria, and France.
And Switzerland.
La Svizzera confina con l'Italia?
Yes, sir.
Yes? Sorry, I forgot it.
the Alps, right?
Yeah.
Through the Alps.
Yeah, through the Alps, yes. But yes, if we talk about, for example, the French cuisine, so I never tried like the real one, because for find a real French cuisine, you have to go in France. I can go in a French restaurant in Italy, yes, but it will never be like go in a French restaurant in Paris, for example. So I cannot say, oh yes, it's better or it's worse, because I never tried it,
So would you say that there's no real Italian cuisine outside of Italy?
Sorry?
Would you say that there's no real Italian cuisine outside of Italy?
It's
Because
different.
if you go to America, you can probably find some Papa Joe's, right? Where you can get some spaghetti.
I think that's different.
Without ketchup.
I mean,
obviously without ketchup.
Even now, start from the beginning. I can say it. For Italian or typical Italian restaurant in Italy, is even easier get to the Italian local products. All right, in the biggest part of the time. So if I, for example, open an Italian restaurant in America, I do an example. So it should be quite difficult that from America I got all the Italian ingredients from the Italy.
Yes.
So we need to start from the beginning. So a lot of times I think that you need to take the local, in this case America, the American product that maybe is not the same of the Italian.
Yes.
So it's the thing. So is completely different.
Yeah, that's another
So
particular thing.
Maybe you can do the same food, the same dishes, the same ingredients,
recipe,
but maybe with different ingredients, with a different in a different way.
It was not an Italian tomato.
Yeah, because yes, that's another particular thing of our kitchen. Because we really care, so we really want to do our recipes with a good product, So our product, for example, and yes, you said, for example, yes, outside Italy, it's hard to find like a very good Italian restaurant, but it is. For example, we do you remember we've been in Thailand some years ago, and we've been in an Italian restaurant in Phuket. Okay. But I mean, so
Phuket was the one place where French people go to party, right?
I don't know. There was a lot of party.
For sure, he had party for sure. Yeah. If he's in Phuket, absolutely.
But, and we tried a pizza, so we were like, okay, shall we try a pizza here? Because we were so hungry, we really missed the pizza, and we tried it. So, for example, in that restaurant, all the staff were Thai, obviously, and we were like, okay, maybe even on the kitchen, they are Thai, obviously. Mm-hmm. So just the owner was Italian, and the pizza was very good, but was not the Italian one. So, for example,
if you would have not seen where you eat it, right? If you would done a blind test, it's probably the same pizza, right? Because have you heard?
I don't know.
Have you heard of those experiments where they put people?
Yeah, I mean, I can say.
And then they give them like 3 types of waters, right? And so they taste and they see it's like in an expensive bottle, and they say, oh, this is a nice tasting water, right? And then at the end it turns out all of them 3 were the same from the tap, right?
Yes.
Just from the presentation alone.
But for example, if we talk about the pizza, so in Italy, yes, we got like 2 traditional ways to do pizza. So the Napolitan one, the original one. So the crust, the board of the pizza is like thicker. Yes,
it's thicker. It's quite high and a lot of soft.
Nobody likes the crust.
It depends.
Everybody
depends. I really like it.
And in Rome, it's another way. So that the pizza is crispier and the board is like thinner. Mm-hmm. It's thinner and crispier. So, for example, I'm Italian. I tried both of it, and I think I can taste the difference between, for example, a non-Italian pizza. Cause just like, for example, from this kind of border, cause it's very hard to explain. It's very, very hard to explain, but I think I can do it. I think, but I'm not sure.
I mean, for example, just we got these 2 kind of pizza. My favorite one is the Napolitan one. So with the high crust, something like that, and very soft.
Yeah.
And there's the crispy one as well.
And I prefer the other
one. You prefer the other one. I mean, for example, so I can feel the difference just touching. I don't need to see, just touching the crust.
Yes, but we are talking about, maybe we are talking about a non-Italian pizza.
A non-Italian pizza. I mean, if you do something like this, so if you with 3
fingers.
Fingers. Thank you.
Could you differentiate a ciabatta from Italy and ciabatta just from here, from the grocery store?
Yeah.
I don't believe so.
For the crust as well.
Because I think if you do the same recipe, it's Italian enough.
Yeah, but even for the pasta, even for the pasta you can do the pasta. So we do the pasta, yes, like boil. But every time when I try pasta outside Italy, I was always okay. That's not the real Italian way, and that's so simple to do pasta.
Yeah.
Yes, for example, you have to, as we said, to put the salt to make the pasta al dente. So you don't have to cook it too much. So you have to leave like the pasta. You have to put off the pasta just like a minute before the time cooking, So, and if you think about it, so make a pasta is so simple, but I can even see the difference between a pasta that I do at home or just a regular pasta that I find everywhere,
I sort of know. I sort of know what you mean.
Yes. Yeah. I told you it's different to explain.
We're particular about the food.
We are particular.
We're still particular about the food.
So, for example, you can if a pasta, if a dish of pasta is too cooked, you can see it because you see the pasta is more.
Yeah, it's more soft.
It's more soft.
Oh,
yeah, but that's, for example, is not a proper Italian way that we do it. So we prefer it like a bit al dente, you know. So we can see, for example, in.
But do you prefer it because it is more tasty, or because you are used to that?
I think just because we are born and grew up to have this kind of pasta, then and so we are habituated to hate this kind of pasta, this kind of foods, this kind of pizza, and this kind of everything.
Yes, we like tradition,
and that's why maybe for us, I think for all the Italian people. Taste an Italian dish maybe prepared outside of Italy or just in another way, for us is more difficult. It's very difficult appreciate in a first moment the other food, even if it's not Italian, for example.
Yes. Maybe we are wrong, but we are just.
Yeah, you're just used to it.
Yeah, we are just used to it. Yeah.
Because for example, so I'm born. If I am German, for example, in Germany, like the pasta, or something like more cooked. Something like overcooked. I don't know. Oh. For example, if I was German, I'm born and grew up with this kind of pasta. Maybe I cannot really like the Italian one. So
because
that's why we
eat
use
potatoes.
Yeah, it's true.
What about potatoes in Italy?
Potatoes.
Yeah.
We use
a big tradition. We use it like side orders, like fries.
We use it
or
like a side order or some salted potatoes,
like
cake,
oven baked,
something just oven baked.
It's not something
like
typical.
That. No, we don't have a big tradition about it, to be honest.
Potatoes, yeah.
Because I think most of Europe has potato traditions, right?
Yes. The Netherlands. Yeah, the Netherlands.
The
Netherlands, do they?
Yeah, the Netherlands. But maybe it's just.
Well, sort of.
Yes, but maybe for them it's just more like street food. Yeah, because a lot of people from. So I've been in a lot of times in the Netherlands as well. But they are like they favorite like kind of fast food. They take like the big cone of fries with a lot of mayonnaise on top, and I think that's more like.
Sounds good.
Yes, it's good, but so for example, and for example, in Italy we don't have like a real fast food tradition.
I think your whole cuisine is just fast food.
Yeah, maybe more. Depends. In this case, depends.
No, pizza is definitely fast food, right? It's definitely in the category of fast food.
Even in the fast food, because
it could be.
It could be in the fast food, yeah. Because first of all, if you think the classic Italian pizza. You think about the pizzeria.
All right.
I know the pizzeria restaurant. That's a restaurant that just do the.
McDonald's is also a restaurant.
No, McDonald's is not restaurant. No, it's a big difference.
Oh, by the way, is it true that the word bistro is right? It's an Italian sort of cafeteria type?
Bistro, no. Yeah. It's French, but not Italian.
It's more French than Italian.
Yeah, definitely.
It's called bistro. There's more. Yeah, it's.
Oh, really? That's French?
Bistro. Yeah. Yes. But for example, you can say that McDonald's is a restaurant. For even for our conception of a restaurant, even when we were in England. In England, in that city where we used to live, it was like, my God, I think 200 and more restaurants. Mm-hmm. But it was just maybe 2 restaurants out of 200. They were like not in a big chain, not in a big company. So us and another one.
All right.
And I always called it. Do you know how I always called that places? So fast restaurant, because you are not a fast food like a McDonald's, but you are not like a restaurant as our conception is, because a restaurant for us is a restaurant. So you.
What a great description! A restaurant is a restaurant.
A restaurant is a restaurant.
No, really, because for example, if we talk about Zizi, do you remember Zizi?
Yeah.
That's not a restaurant because they got a lot of. Yeah, they got a lot of customers. They do all.
Zizi, okay. Just so you know, Zizi is a
chain.
big chain of restaurant
Right.
that's called Zizi Italian restaurant.
Yeah, that's not Italian.
That wasn't Italian.
Yeah, but it's not a restaurant because it's more like a fast food because you know you got like all the standard dishes. A lot of people come there and you take. So it's everything is standard. You know.
For example, we work.
That's great because it makes it more convenient. It makes it more affordable, and it also makes it more tasty.
No more tasty.
The quality is not always the same.
The quality is not the same as a real Italian restaurant.
There are things that can be better, the same, or worse. I agree. Some things you just cannot make without the fresh ingredients, but some things, because you have the standard, it makes it better.
Yeah, depends.
You have the quality control always. Right, the minimum quality, the minimum criteria.
Yeah,
not for all.
Yeah,
but definitely for me.
Yes, but it's not like, for example, a restaurant in our conception. Do you know? Because, for example,
have you been to the Lido?
No,
restaurant?
The restaurant that's downstairs.
Yeah, there's one nearby.
No.
I think they work till 9, if I'm correct. But there's one around another corner, and they work till I think 10.
10.
Yeah.
We got not enough money to the restaurant during the street. We are poor.
Well, usually Europeans are quite pleasantly surprised how affordable they are.
This restaurant, you said?
Yeah, because I mean, I think many Europeans are used to having, let's say, lunch for almost 10 euros or something like that. But yeah, there you could eat pretty good at 3 or 4 euros. Yeah.
No, I never tried, to be honest.
No, me too.
Never.
We don't try it.
So if you would talk about Latvian restaurants, we would call that a Latvian restaurant, but in a sense that you said maybe fast restaurant, where you can actually go inside and get your food quite fast, right? But it has all the main dishes,
But maybe I don't know. Maybe that's because that's your Latvian tradition. I mean, have a dinner in this way. For us, it's completely different.
Yeah, you can have all already just prepared, and then what do you want, like a buffet?
Absolutely.
Right? And that's the difference, because for our conception in Italy, in a restaurant, if I order like a fila steak, okay,
you have to put it fresh.
Yeah, pretty fresh. So the cook take the big piece of meat.
It takes too much time. It takes too much time.
Yes, but that's the difference. Well. That's the big difference, because in Italy we this time means quality, means take care about the customer, means have a really good traditional meal. If I go there and they order a dish of spaghetti and they go like a big bowl with all the spaghetti there, but it's not a restaurant. That's not a real restaurant. Everything prepared, everything. So it's like a McDonald's. So it's not a restaurant, but it's not even a fast food. It's something in the middle. I always called it.
I think even because it's like, for example, a tradition. So talking about the tradition, I always think that in every country you live in, you have to respect. I mean, for example, you're Latvian, so if you respect or you follow your tradition, I mean, for example, you in Latvia, I don't know, you have the dinner very quick. I don't know. I do an example. I don't know what you mean. I don't know what you mean by tradition. Because if you take, let's say, specifically Latvia, we have been occupied for most of our existence, so we don't really have this is the national tradition, just follow this one, right? We have a lot of occupational people. Here we are. That's the point. Because for us is completely different. Even because just the food for us is very important. All right. Even because, just to let you know, if I go in a restaurant with my girlfriend or even with a friends, so I can stay without any kind of problems, seated at the restaurant even 3 hours
and more.
Because, for example, so if in Italy, so you do marriage lunch or something like that, in Italy at the restaurant you take a seat at 12 o'clock, you go out from the restaurant at 8 o'clock of the evening, you can stay even 7-8 hours, have 12 courses.
And you are wondering why you have problems in Italy?
Sorry?
And you are wondering why you have problems in Italy? And nobody's working.
Everyone is at the restaurant.
Everyone's waiting for the food.
Yeah.
It's like a tradition. That's another one. Tradition, because I mean, for example, in the South Italy, especially, for example, just say before. For example, the festivities are very, very important. So Christmas, Easter, and the main one. All right. I remember, for example, when I was 9-10 years old. All right. So I always been in the South Italy by my grandfathers, my grandparents. Sorry, in the South Italy. And for us, so for example, during the Christmas time, so we had with all the family. Imagine a family of 15, 20 people around the same table. They start to have the lunch 12 o'clock and finish the dinner. So 11 o'clock of the evening, after 15 courses. Just even because for us it's a tradition, spend some time together with other people.
Italians should be short and fat.
And
right?
fat, something like that. Yeah,
Yes.
something like that.
Yes.
But it's like tradition, because the food can be. I mean, I can say the perfect way to
stay together.
To stay together.
Yeah.
Even because that's why we're very proud about the food. I mean, and because the food is really important for us. It's not just prepare, eat, and that's it.
Yeah.
It's a perfect way to stay together around the same table with the other people and share talk and share a lot of things. And something more.
That is for big events useful.
Like families.
Yeah. But if you do it every day, right?
No,
if you go to a restaurant 3 hours or 4 hours every day,
normally.
Normally, because I'm not rich. If I will be rich, I will do it.
Really?
Normally you can do something like once a month or during the festivities with the family. Just sometimes.
If you have it as an occasion.
We do things like that.
But as far as I remember, I think somebody told me that Spanish people, for instance, they really go out almost every day for a couple of hours to the siesta.
I don't know. We got some friends in Spain. We've been in Spain a lot of times, but I never lived there like in England, so I cannot say like, for example, the Spanish are like this, so the Spanish do the siesta. Honestly, I don't know, but the Spanish are quite similar to the Italians, more to the south, to the people from
especially
south.
in Argentina.
In Argentina as well, there are a lot of Italians there.
Yeah, who speak Spanish.
Yeah, definitely.
Right.
But and a lot of Argentinians speaks Italian. Yeah.
Really?
Yes. A lot of people from Argentina speaks Italian. Yes. I was quite surprised as well. I met a lot of them in England. I met some of them in Italy as well when they were like just arrived, but they were already speak a bit of Italian.
Oh, by the way, speaking about government issues, here's the theory I spoke with a Brazilian dude, right? Brazil speaks Portuguese, right?
Yeah.
And so we were speaking about, because he was also telling there are some difficulties in Brazil and stuff like that. So I said, you just need some Germans or just some German speaking people in your government. What do you think of that idea? Let's say, who's now the prime minister? Because Berlusconi is not the prime minister anymore.
No anymore.
Because he was really entertaining, right?
No anymore.
Berlusconi was really entertaining. I remember seeing a video where he went out down the stairs to the street by a car. And so a woman police officer was writing some ticket or something, and he's just going there from behind.
Yeah, but if you do something like that, you are just a clown, man.
Yeah, but that was so funny.
Yes, funny, but
and he's a billionaire.
Yes, I know,
man. That you're a politic. I mean,
yes,
by the way.
But if you are
still so funny.
Yes, but if you're
that's especially funny if you're a politician and a billionaire who does.
That's why we got a lot of problems in Italy, because we got a lot of clowns instead of politicians.
But apparently he has no problems, right? Or what does he? Is he free?
Yes, he's free, but he's got more than I think 35 processes behind him.
Yeah.
Yes.
Yeah, well,
Yes.
One of-
Well, for example, I was talking. Yes, we got a lot of problems in Italy. Yes, it's true. But so if you are the main politic of a nation, you can't do something like that in public. You can't.
I don't know. Look at Trump. It's pretty hilarious.
Yes,
I mean,
but it's still a
there-
clown, man. For what I think.
There are
So-
two ways, because if you do something ironic, something funny, alright. I mean, you are a politician. I mean, you can smile. Even you can smile. You can have fun. I think that, I mean, for example, that's just an example, but so if you come in Italy, you see all the videos, all Berlusconi's video. I mean, oh my god, how can I explain it? So
Imbarazzante. How can I say it in English? Shame of us.
Well, but you view Berlusconi as a bad representation of Italy?
For me, it's not the best, honestly.
No,
No,
it's
I
not.
mean, what would be the best? There's no good politician to represent.
That's a very, very difficult question.
There's no politician who represents a country good, as far as I know.
It's a difficult question because
it's not for politicians to represent
because
countries.
I'd like to say
Maybe we had good politicians, but maybe 50 years ago, but not now.
no.
Not now.
No.
Now we got another. Who we got now? Salvini is another one. Have you ever heard about Salvini with the bear? Maybe. Yes,
He's the politician that won the last election.
You just need
few months ago.
You just need some 21st century Machiavelli, and yeah, you're good to go.
No, we need less people who steal from.
But what's wrong with stealing if they also share?
They don't share. That's the problem.
Yeah,
Because-
but they put the money somewhere. Right?
Yeah,
It's
in,
not
in,
like
their,
they
in,
just-
the, in their pockets.
Yeah, but then they spend it somewhere.
Yes, somewhere, but
Yeah, somewhere,
if they
but
spend somewhere,
I think-
it doesn't resolve the
I think-
situation.
Yeah, if they
in wrong places.
if they export the corrupt money, then it's bad. Then it's bad. Maybe you should just have a law in Italy. If you steal money, you need to spend it in Italy.
Yeah.
No, if you steal money, you have to give the money back and go to the jail. That's the only solution that I see.
But that's like third grade level, right? Because nobody will, if they are able to steal government money, they will be smart enough to avoid jail.
Definitely, that's
See?
why in Italy,
Absolutely.
Italy works like that.
But you make them pay the money or use the money just in Italy.
Yeah.
You have special corruption money for spending only in Italy, no
Yeah.
export. Because you know that I think in India, they invented a specific banknote for corruption.
Really?
Yeah, because the corruption was so prevalent,
That's crazy.
they made a banknote that said, I think, zero, a banknote with zero on it. So if somebody asks you for a bribe, you pay the money, but it's the zero.
That's crazy.
Unbelievable.
That's crazy.
But I mean, look, there is a logic to it. If you let's say you say in Italy, what's the average salary, like?
Normally, so for a
the normal salary,
medium worker,
Yeah.
900, 1,000 euro.
So it's pretty similar to Latvia currently. Well, Latvia has a little bit less, but I mean, I think you probably have some bigger expenses also. You probably electricity costs more for you. I would guess so.
We got a lot of taxes. As
in
I said.
Italy, last year, I don't know if you know, there's the tax on the supermarket bag.
Well,
The tax, not the fact that I go to the supermarket
You have
and
to
I
pay
pay the 5 cents. Everyone
the
say
transparent bag where you put
that.
the
You pay
aubergines, you know?
the tax.
but
The
it's
tax on the supermarket bag
but
plus
it's,
the
yeah, but
other-
it's a good actually logic, right? Because it's really a part of pollution. The plastic bags are part of pollution.
I don't think that's
That's not a solution.
I
Yeah.
don't think they
Well,
Italy put the taxi to solve
but
the plastic problems.
Well,
you
but
know,
but Germany has the deposit system for the plastic bottles.
yeah, I
Right.
think that Italy did this thing not for the problems
Yeah.
about the plastic. You
Yes.
know,
I
I think
think
they
in
did
Italy,
it for get more money because
Yes.
it's never enough.
As I told you, I think all the politics and everything in Italy is running behind to have more money. Do you know?
Which is not a bad intention, right?
Yes, but
You like money. You like money.
yes,
like
but
money.
I'm not. I'm not talking about the population. I'm talking about them. You know, because yes, you can do something for have more money,
Yeah.
but you have to share with the Italians or
Yes.
do something better for the Italians. But in Italy, so do you remember the last like good thing that the Italian population got? So for example, la cosa migliore che hanno fatto per noi negli ultimi anni, sorry about it,
No.
qual è stata? I don't remember
I
it.
don't remember.
I don't remember because in Italy they keep going to do a lot of laws and a lot of stuff, but just for themselves. Nobody thinks about the
So the
Italian
idea
people.
Is more money they have, less money you have.
Yeah.
That's the idea.
So you should.
Less you have, more than have.
So you should be actually willing to go into politics then.
Hmm?
You too.
No.
Why?
Trust me that like this.
That's not my way.
I isn't, first of all, is on my way, but first of all, so I think they're following my life idea. I think that I prefer be poor all the life than be rich and doing a life like this.
Oh come on, man.
No.
Oh come on, man.
Yeah, for sure.
I mean, not poor like.
Not poor. I mean poor that I mean that I need to sleep on the station. No, poor.
Yeah, but
a
you
normal life that be
Yeah, but-
rich and be corrupt or to
But
just to
you-
have more money.
You should be proud of Italy, right? So you should be proud of spaghetti, of pizza,
I'm proud of
Lamborghini,
Italy.
I am proud of
Lamborghini,
it.
and Ferrari, right? So
Yeah.
so you have your spaghetti and pizza. Go,
Yeah, but
I will not go my Ferrari.
Go-
and no Lamborghini.
go and get your Ferrari. And
Yeah,
Is
okay.
Bugatti also from Italy?
Sorry?
Bugatti is also from Italy.
I know. No, it's not.
Sounds like Italian.
It sounds Italian, but honestly, I'm not sure.
No.
I'm not sure, honestly.
Bugatti, maybe.
No,
yeah.
but
Try to check it, but
yes, I don't. So I don't want to say bad things about my country. I'm very proud. Like
French.
French.
Bugatti. So I really love my country. I love whatever Italy's got. But I think I think. How
Yeah,
can I
you
sp-
could do better. That's,
We
that's
could-
what I-
better. We
I mean,
could do.
But without your help, maybe no. Maybe you are the ones who have
The
to
pe-
step in.
The people cannot wait anymore.
No.
That's the thing.
No, because I
Because
think.
I mean, for example, so if you think that the people, the guys of, people of just finished the school, maybe they would like to find a job, a nice position for the future. So if I am 17, 18, 19, 20 years old, I'm young, I finish the school and would like to start work. I cannot find possibility because first of all, the business are in trouble with taxes and a lot of things to pay. They cannot give me a future. What I need to wait? Who I need to wait?
Here's
The first thing. If I like to have a nice position, of course I'm looking for a nice future for me or for my family or for outside of Italy. Because if I'm in Italy, I cannot find nothing. I cannot wait. I cannot wait for all my whole life that I wait.
A better situation.
A better situation on a nice politics that's gonna change the country.
We had a conversation
That's the
with
thing.
a Venezuelan and an Argentinian, and so they described what the circumstances were, and I asked them, so do those people who you say are poor, do they have smartphones? And they said, yeah, most of them. So there's no that's it. There's no problems if you have smartphones. That's my criteria. If you have a smartphone with internet access, you are not the one who has problems. You maybe maybe the one who needs some more information, or maybe have some options.
Okay.
But you definitely are not the one with the problems.
Obviously, if you have a €1,000 smartphone in your pocket,
And access to the world.
and access to the world, you cannot be poor.
Yeah.
I think, but I think that's like another thing. That's the technology. We can run through
you
another
can-
argument.
Yeah, well, you can use it in different ways, because I was asking. I was saying to them. Well, the only way I could sort of measure my government or some politicians is whether or not they are trying to prohibit me from reading books or trying new things.
Yeah, but that's
or you know what I mean.
okay. Like
unless somebody comes in and says no, you cannot read books, or you cannot do this, you cannot do this.
But this is a bit extremist. I think we are something like that is just like on a dictator ways, like in North Korea, like the German Nazi was, or stuff like that. So for example,
well, that's what I mean. I mean, you have the same sort of freedom as most of Europe, right?
yes, we have, but
and you should just use that more as a opportunity. Right?
Yeah, but
your situation.
But how you can do this thing 2 weeks in a year? You don't do this thing all your life, because
of course.
What do you mean?
Take this freedom to go in Europe or whatever you want.
Oh no! I don't mean specifically your freedom to travel.
No, I mean for example, even going in a nice restaurant, even.
Oh no! But look, what I mean is you have the freedom to actually choose your sort of path, right? If you say if you say, for instance, there are no big employers in Italy, so if I get an education, I might not get a job. Yeah, but go on the internet and become a digital marketer.
But maybe not all the people
become the one who, I think he's from Italy, the old dude who's always dancing on Instagram.
Do you remember the name?
I don't know.
Maybe I can know him.
Is
it a guy?
I think yeah. I think if I just Google dancing old dude.
Yes, but for example, when we were
dancing Instagram.
Maybe I can know him.
Man. Yeah, this one.
Gianluca Vacchi.
No. That's another one.
He's Italian, right?
He's Italian.
Unfortunately,
Gianluca Vacchi.
Why? Unfortunately, look.
Yeah.
Look, he's having the
Alright,
of his
okay.
life.
Let me tell the little story of this man. Gianluca Vacchi now is a 50, super rich years old man.
Yeah.
His father, his family, he had a giant business of, now I don't remember what. A giant business.
A giant business.
It was a giant business. Now I honestly I don't remember what this business product.
Big industries.
Big industries.
Right.
I don't remember.
Family is rich.
The family.
Okay.
The family was rich,
yeah.
And so when he got all the money, because I don't remember if the dad is dead or something like
Probably.
that.
I mean, he's old. Probably.
Yeah, is it possible? So he need to be the owner of this business.
Mm-hmm.
So all the father did everything. So he start with all the money, and then he start on Instagram to dance, have the nice girls, parties. All right,
actually,
because he can do it. All right, so absolutely. So he became famous on Instagram for these things, and now all the Italian people like Gianluca Vacchi, because he showed the video of the picture with the nice girls, parties, waterfalls of champagne,
but
and now he's richer than before. And for example, the business that the father grew up and bring away for all the life, so he didn't know nothing. He did none absolutely.
No, maybe
nothing.
he done something, but
here's a big difference. Before the internet, you had to have options where you can actually do big operations.
Yeah,
but that's why I always
said a lot
said
of employees, a lot of people. After the internet, everybody can actually be their own company.
No, but
everybody can be their own.
Yes,
brand.
but I think there's something wrong with the internet. So, for example, yes.
Oh yeah, well, yes. Look, people are vain.
No, I know,
people
but
like the easy pleasures, right?
Yes, man,
and it's
but
just entertaining.
No, but man, for example, on Italian television, they said so. Gianluca Vacchi earns more than 15,000 euros for each post on Instagram.
Sounds good.
Yeah, sounds good, but how can it's possible?
Well, how can Kim Kardashian be a millionaire?
Yes, but man, for
I
example,
know.
yes, internet is quite a good thing, but for example, yes, I can do the same thing that the clown do.
You should.
Yes, I should, but I will never do. No,
With spaghetti and tomato sauce.
but no, man,
That's
because
the
yes,
thing.
I can do. I could do it as well, but
That's what I want you to motivate you to start.
no, I know,
dancing
man, but
on
I
Instagram.
find that
That's the thing,
so
man.
that's completely a wrong way because
I get it. I mean, you want to see some Bill Gates, Steve Jobs type of dude who creates.
More like Big Gates, he's
Yes,
gonna be quite
no,
impossible.
who does
I mean,
some
no,
revolutionary
you
the
can
thing-
be rich for something of
Important.
good that
Yeah.
you've done, but not do this.
But see, that's the economy. That's how it works.
That's
That's
least-
if you
at
see
least in
by a
part.
part, that's a problem. I mean, can be
and that's a
problem.
problem.
Would you really say that the way people behave is a problem?
No,
that's
I don't-
That's the way people
No,
behave.
I think
They're not
no, I'm
rational.
not saying that. I don't I'm not millionaire because he's doing these things. No, absolutely, man, absolutely for sure.
But it's not right
I'm
that
saying
he earns 20,000 euros for this.
Well, if you ask me, if he was already rich, right? The only reputable thing to do when you get richer is to actually spread the wealth, right? To actually allow your people also to grow with you, right? Then you would like him.
Yes, but man, for example, me personally, if I will have a lot of money like him before internet, and I'm never gonna do these things. I will go.
Oh, you never know, man. You don't know how many drugs he's taken. You probably would have.
Yes,
been
maybe a lot, but I will
allowed-
just take all my money and then go maybe to Costa Rica or South America and live my life just for me.
And there are probably some people who have done so. But
Yeah, definitely. But so that's why I always say so. Internet is a good thing, but it's still an evil, a bad thing. Because
Well,
if you use in a bad way,
no,
yeah.
but look, people are people. People do what people do. It's just a matter of not whether or not you would like them to do that or no. If you don't like them to do that, it's a question whether or not you could actually change it, right? Somehow.
Yeah.
But
Because
Absolutely.
Because
but-
look, the girl he was dancing with, this one, how much does she work? Let's be honest. How much does she?
She-
wake up in the morning. Oh, I have to go to.
No,
to my
not
job."
really. I don't think
That's
so.
what I mean. If you have the option to not do those nasty or difficult things in your life, you will probably choose to
Depend.
do
I
it
always
depends what you have to do.
depends even.
so. If the only thing she has to do is sleep with this dude, it's probably a good trade.
Yes, but it depends how you are
You mean as a person?
as a person.
No,
Yes.
or depends.
Yes, I can do something
she's
for
probably
me.
lovely. She's probably lovely, right?
No, but
she goes to the gym probably.
Yeah.
yes, but I
Oh.
mean, for example, she can do it,
Yeah.
but another girl will never do it, even for €1 million.
I don't
Every
know.
no,
I
Yeah.
don't know.
Yes.
I think everybody has his price. Everybody has their price.
nobody, man.
Nobody, man.
Not all the people. Not all
No,
the people.
not
Look,
everyone.
Look,
Not all the people, man.
look. If somebody would come anywhere, right, and offer 1,000 euros to kiss a fat man's ass, right? Yes, some people would say, no, I mean, that's degrading. I don't do it. All right, 10,000 euros. No, still no. All right, 100,000 euros. How long needs the kiss? How long should the kiss be? It's just a matter of price. It's just a matter
Yeah,
of
but
price.
it's
'Cause
even
look-
depends what you have to do.
Yeah, but see, that's the thing. If you feel that something is below you, right? You would need to ask, well, why do you think that it is below? What makes you so special, right? What is it that no, somebody else could do it, but not me. I'm above that, right? Because there are two ways. Either you are so fulfilled and complete in many aspects that you just don't need it, right? It's not in your situation. Because if you would go to Bill Gates, right, and offer him 100,000 euros to kiss somebody's ass, he would say, "Are you stupid?" Right? But if you go to a poor person and offer him 100,000 euros to kiss somebody else, yeah, that's just 2 seconds, and I'll get 100,000 euros and I'll change my life, right? It's a balance. But if you don't have the options, if you don't,
you will never know it. That's what you mean.
Yeah, only hypothetically you could know it. Yes. Because again, people, it's like I think usually when they speak about crisis situations, they always compare people who said they will do something, and then when really the problem got going, they just run away or something. Right? It's just that the actions don't match the words, and so I guess when you speak about this dude being famous, where is he? This dude, right? Being famous, it's because he's so not unique, but he's definitely something different, right? You don't expect such a dude just dancing on Instagram.
But I'm pretty sure he is more clever than me, because I'm a waiter and he's a millionaire, so you have to be more clever than me, but in another way.
But do you believe in habits? Because there would be definitely arguments that would say, yes, you are maybe a waiter, but you can have millionaire habits that will make you a millionaire.
Millionaire?
No, I mean, you can be a waiter, but with the habits of a millionaire.
With the habits.
Abitudini.
No, right.
With the habit. No, you can do it because you don't have the money for have some habits, do you know?
Yeah, but that's what I mean. Some people have inherited their money, like him, right? He was just born rich.
Yeah.
Some people were born just like you, but with some specific work, discipline, education, whatever.
Fortune, occasions.
Yeah. I mean, they had the options, they used them, and so they became, maybe they didn't become a billionaire, but they became rich, right? In
rich.
A sense.
That's why I say, and they are even more clever than him, because he was born rich.
Yeah.
But for example, if I start from zero and I will become rich in every single way that I can do it, even for example, Scarface. Do you remember Scarface, the movie? Yes, for example. Yes, from zero you become millionaire.
Yeah.
So you have to be clever than the regular people in a bad way, like could be sell drugs, or in a good way, like could be become rich because you are a good musician.
Here's the thing: I don't believe selling drugs is a bad thing.
Why?
Well, because people obviously want them. See,
depends in the occasion.
If people look,
it's a difficult.
Here's the
it's
thing.
a difficult thing to
Here's
do.
the thing.
Depend in which occasion you're talking about.
If I would get a nutritionist here, right, he might say, well, eating spaghetti is a bad thing, right? It's not good. It's not good for your health, right? And you say no. Look.
Yes, but not even take but don't like take drugs.
Yeah, but spaghetti are probably like drugs.
Yeah, but
no, we are not. So I will not kill myself because I don't.
It's just that your drugs are spaghetti.
I mean,
somebody else's. No, it's not different. No, it's completely different,
because
man.
For me, listen.
Yes,
listen. The music can be a drug.
For
me, listen the music
with
the iPads is a drug.
Yeah.
So I love the music. Is a drug. The music for me, I love it. I can hear it for all day.
And you wouldn't like
it's
somebody...
completely different to get.
No, but you wouldn't. But you wouldn't like somebody coming and saying that's bad that you listen to music, right? You wouldn't like that.
I just gonna say I don't mind in this case.
Yes.
But an addicted could say the same thing. That's what he's saying, I think. But it's completely different because we are talking about using drugs and we're talking about eating pasta.
But what is a drug? That's what I'm asking. Because the same politicians you say are stupid, right, and don't care about the people, are the same people who make those rules, which define what is a drug and what is not a drug. So what's the logic there? There is no logic. I mean, it's just opinion.
Yeah, but
right? This will be a drug, this won't be a drug. Alcohol is legal, heroin is not.
No, but I think so. A drug is I think drug is not just coke, hash, LSD or stuff like that. I think drug is wherever you can be addicted.
Yeah.
Yes,
Yeah.
but for example, eat spaghetti is not dangerous.
It
Use cocaine is dangerous.
It is.
No, man.
Spaghetti is dangerous.
Why? Because you can
Yes, you can overdose on spaghetti, probably.
overdose on spaghetti.
I never
heard that someone died about spaghetti, man. Really?
Maybe not from one meal, but maybe from 1,000 consecutive meals. If you would only eat spaghetti for the rest of your life, maybe you will die sooner.
I mean, we can talk about listen the music. I cannot dying listen the music. I can die if I'm gonna use the drugs for all my whole life.
Hey, unless it's on the train tracks.
You're doing the
It's a risk factor.
man, but no, we're talking about completely different things. I think.
No, but look, as hard as it is to believe. Well, you've been in Thailand, but I think in Taiwan, as far as I remember, in Taiwan, they had the most drug users who work, or something like that. But the basic idea is there are countries and there are societies who use regularly substances that we in Europe would call totally illegal, total drugs. But they don't use them as just getting high and doing nothing, but many times it's just for having the energy to do two jobs, for instance, like amphetamines and stuff like that, right? So,
Yeah.
but they are working. It's not like
yes, but at
they
the
are
end,
doing total drugs. It's totally
yes,
drugs.
but at the end it could be not.
It's not healthy for them.
It's not healthy.
Yeah, but that's what I mean. Spaghetti might also not be healthy for you, right?
Yes, obviously.
It's just a dose.
Yes, but if you will eat just spaghetti for 10 years, of course you will die. But I don't think they are gonna use just cocaine all day, every single day for their whole life. Obviously, you will die.
No, but they use it in South America. They just the farmers just use the coca leaves, right? And they also use the extracts. They do use it, and
Yes,
they
I
use
know,
it as
but-
a stimulant.
Okay,
They use it
right.
as-
Yes,
there are
obviously,
two
but-
different things. So
yes.
first of all, if you see the marijuana leaf, or marijuana like medicines, way.
Yeah, medical way.
Medical way, thank you. To be to using a medical way is used even in pharmacy. All right.
Here's
But
the
I
thing.
mean, all right.
Here's the thing. When it comes to ganja, there is no medical use. It's just use. Everything that you do with the substance that gets you high is the only use for it, right? It's just it's sort of a political correct way for Americans to say, yeah. It's not for pleasure. I have glaucoma or something
No,
like
yeah,
that.
absolutely.
Right.
Yes, but
Maybe it is because it's politically correct, as you say.
Yeah.
But
you
in the same
just-
time, we cannot say that, for example, use cocaine or other drugs for all life can be healthy for you.
Dude, 100 years ago it wasn't cough syrup. You could buy it in a pharmacy.
heroin, I know.
And cocaine as well.
I know, but it's illegal. Yes, now it's illegal because they discovered that's bad for your healthy.
No, they didn't discover anything.
Yes,
they just wanted to push different substances and different businesses. That's about it.
Maybe could be true, but man, for example, I could try. So from this moment, I could try to eat just spaghetti for my whole life.
Yeah.
I would be dead in 20 years. I could start now to use cocaine every day. I would be dead in 5 years.
No, it depends on the dose. How much spaghetti are you talking and how much grams are you talking?
No, man, these are two completely things.
No.
I mean, yeah.
Carbohydrates, like spaghetti, they cause endorphins in your brain. They make you feel satiety and pleasure, right? Cocaine does the same thing. It's just more concentrated, more potent, but it allows your brain to release hormones that let you feel good.
Yeah, but
See?
we cannot say that's healthy for you.
No, I mean the hormones are supposed to be there. I mean it's a matter of how much you stimulate the hormones. You can manage a cocaine or heroin addiction. It's possible, and you can.
But not like manage a spaghetti addiction.
Hmm?
But not like manage a spaghetti addiction.
Yeah, but if you are, let's say, 400 kilograms, a person who just likes to eat spaghetti, you wouldn't call him healthy, right?
Obviously.
So, and you would say, stop with spaghetti, let's have a salad, right?
Yeah, all right,
See?
absolutely.
But then he says, no, I like the taste of spaghetti. I like spaghetti.
That's the thing.
Spaghetti.
That's the thing. Just because you said we're talking about spaghetti, that's a food. With the food, you can have the possibility to change. You can have a salad instead of spaghetti.
Yeah, but
if you have just cocaine or whatever you want, if you can have it for your your whole life.
And heroin addicted can't say no to heroin. That's what I mean.
But that's what I'm saying. Most, or at least a sufficient amount of people who use heroin are not addicted to it. There are no substances who make you instantly addicted.
Maybe not instantly, but
because the common misconception about cocaine, heroin, all different things is that once you try it, you're already hooked. But that's not really the case. The brain wants stimulus or stimulation. The brain wants it. It's just a matter of asking, well, what type of stimulation can it have, right? And there are stimulants legally and there are stimulants illegally, but both for the brain would be good. So you could have a little bit of cocaine, a little bit of spaghetti, a little bit of sugar, right? The brain would be fine, and you wouldn't like to. I just need cocaine and I just need cocaine.
The brain, not at all. The heart, no, really.
Yeah.
I mean, the heart, no, really, man.
But you mean the heart?
The heart, no, really. I mean.
No. Look,
I think alright. The brain.
If it wasn't.
No, ben capito cosa vuole dire. Però è diverso.
If it wasn't for the law, you wouldn't be thinking bad about heroin. Because if you ask me, well. No, because people are getting addicted and there are problems and so. Yeah, but so is alcohol. And
but I always thought alcohol is not a good thing. That's
what I mean. If you are more concerned about what is beneficial to health, beneficial to society, you would discard many things that are totally legal, totally acceptable.
Obviously, cigarettes, alcohol, psychopharmacies, a lot of pills that they sell at the pharmacy. Obviously,
yeah. So that's what I mean when we talk about the illegal. It doesn't really matter if it's legal or illegal, right? You have to have a much bigger criteria than just legal or illegal.
Obviously, but yeah, I know what you mean.
Yeah, absolutely.
Capito?
No, I mean, I understand what you're saying, alright.
So yeah, I mean, if heroin would be legal, I think we ought to try it. So we just know, well, that's it. Nothing special.
I know what you mean.
Yeah, it's been a quite difficult, I mean...
even in English, because in English yes, I know how to have a dialogue, but it's quite hard for me. Make you understand what I want to say 100%.
Well, what I understood from you is that you are you say you are Italian, but you speak like almost French people. You say
why? How? I mean, because I don't know how the French people speak. So
no, I don't mean the voice. I mean the topic, the content, because it's usually the French people who don't like the greedy rich people, right? And then they don't do anything for the people, so they are sort of angry at politicians.
No, I'm not angry. I'm just realistic.
But I think really it's like the French stereotype. They want to be socialistic, like they want to be they want social justice. The French people.
I mean, I think the French people, no, me, no, I don't know, the Italian, no, me, no. So,
yeah, but for example, the difference between Italians and France and the people from France. So when when we got problems like with the politics, we don't do anything. The people from France, you know, the whole history. Every time when they got like a problem with someone, they just do something. Do you know?
I don't know if they make some changes though. I mean,
yes, but they are
protest,
trying to do
what's
something.
What's the point?
They are trying to do something.
Yeah, but
for make that situation better.
Do you think the protests work? I don't know.
I don't think that's not the point. That's the point. Maybe they care more.
Yeah, but Italians do also something. It's
depends. No,
at least you go together in the Christmas table and then
right? No, I mean about the protest. Honestly, I'm not against the protest if did in a good way.
What's a good way?
Because, for example, if I am in a protest with 1,000 people, I'm in the street and I broke everything, and some people die because the people die during the protest. Yeah. I mean, just see what's happened the last year or a few months ago in France with this group of Protestants.
Gilet gialli.
Yeah,
with the
yellow gilet, you remember?
Yeah.
So there's not a protest.
It is a protest.
But people died.
Yeah,
so almost half cities.
If you want to make an omelette, you have to break some eggs.
No, I mean, because if people need to die, if I need to break everything, if I need to burn the cars, is not a protest.
But that's
if a protest, if I gonna keep high my voice, if I gonna keep high my voice without doing nothing to anyone else, or to broke half city, so do a protest in a good way.
Yeah, you are speaking reasonably. You're speaking,
all right, because that's a protest. I'm not against. I just say no. I'm not against the protest, just if it's in a good way. Because, for example, if people need to die, if I need to get something within the hands, burns a car of someone.
But don't you think?
There's no protest.
The only way to, let's say, a Berlusconi, for instance, right? He's so rich, he's so powerful. Don't you think the only way he can actually be influenced by common people is only when he feels threatened, when he feels the possibility of violence? Because have you seen the Gaddafi video?
No.
So 2011, I think 2008 or 2009, the Arab Spring broke out in Egypt and in different countries, and also in Libya, right? And so the people were protesting against the government of Gaddafi. And as you know, Gaddafi was quite rich, sort of dictator, right? At the end of his days, he was hiding from the people because the people were actually sort of looking for him, right, to execute him. And so they found him, and there's even a video where he's being punched, right? He's being kicked, and somebody I don't know how, but they got their hands on a bayonet. You know, the
bayonet,
old type of rifle where it has the knife at the end, and somebody stick it in his ass, right? Well, of course it wasn't so precise, but basically he was sort of mingling somewhere, and someone just shoved it right up in his behind, right? And so he was dead in, I don't know, 2 hours after that, right? Gaddafi was killed by his sort of own people, right? Yeah. But I bet you at that point he understood that maybe he did something wrong.
Yeah.
You know what I mean?
But for example, if we talk about like protests, so for example, I'm always been like against like the violence, but if you see all the whole history of humanity, so everything changed just with the revolutions. So if you talk about like the French Revolution, the Russian Revolution, the Chinese Revolution, everything changed just with the blood.
Except the industrial revolution and the information revolution.
And the information revolution, but for example, that's the point, because I think that people never understood and don't understand even now. So for example, everything could change with a revolution, for example, even in Russia. But in Russia, what they done? So they done a revolution because the situation was bad, and then Stalin and they did 60 millions of people in 50 years. So the situation was worse than before.
Yeah, but here's the thing. I don't know if you could call me a racist, but I'm really into stereotypes, sort of, right? So I think the only reason why the Russian Revolution failed, in a sense, is because it had too many Russians involved. Because it originated from Germany, right? Because the whole concept of the Marxist movement came from Germany, right? Lenin was coming back from exile, either from Switzerland or Germany.
Yes, I heard it.
To Russia. So it originated in Germany, right? It's just that the execution was in Russia. And so, if you know anything about Russia, they're getting too drunk to execute something just from A to Z, right? They get aroused, they get somehow involved, and then
they don't do nothing by themselves. That's what they say.
Because it's not. If you speak about sort of changing or improving government, it's not a sprint; it's a marathon, right?
Yeah.
You have to have some stamina to actually execute it. And so I think mostly it's a matter of, it's a good idea, stupid execution, and I think literally you can call me a racist, but I don't think Chinese can do good communism. I don't think Russians can do good communism. I don't think probably what's another communist?
Cuba.
All Caribbean people can do communism.
But
the only I honestly think that the only people who could maybe do good communism is probably the Germans, or probably some Swiss people. Swiss people probably better.
But I always thought that communism is not a bad concept, but they just did it in the wrong way.
Well, it's a simple concept to help actually all human beings, right?
Yes, obviously, but where the communism been, millions and millions and millions people died.
Yeah, well, that's not real communism then, right?
That's why. So the concept is not bad, but they just done it in the wrong way.
Here's the thing. If you have a concept, that's theory, you need to put it into practice to see whether or not it works, right?
Yeah.
So people have tried to put the theory into practice. It has never worked. It has never worked in the history of humankind, right? So the real question is, how do you use that feedback to adjust the theory, right? Because it's the same as with economics. The reason why have you ever heard of the saying that if somebody makes a statement that sounds ridiculous, the other person could say, "Dude, that's not just stupid. It sounds no." Oh, if you believe the answer to that ridiculous statement is it could be, if you really believe that, then either you are a total idiot or you are an economist, right? And the reason why they say that is because economy has always has the sort of concept of, all human beings are rational, right? They act in their predictive interests, right? It's not really the case. People are emotional, irrational, but they do things, right? It's just you cannot predict human behavior in such a ways.
Obviously,
right?
True.
And so if you can if you can take the knowledge from the practical aspect and adjust the theory, you can have some type of government that is more that, less that, right? And actually helps the people. And nowadays, I think the closest ones are the Swedish people. I think they are the most socialistic country in the world.
I don't know.
Yeah, I mean, they have different free education, free healthcare, lots of free things, and that's why the immigrants go there. Because it's sort of weird, right? The people flee their country to go to a corrupt Christian country, right? But yet still, they want to be there because it's just pretty great.
Maybe just because everyone think for himself.
You mean in Sweden?
No, I mean everyone in the world.
What do you mean?
I mean, so for example, I can leave my country and go in a better country. So it's like,
or you can make your country better.
Yes, it makes no sense. Do you know? Because for example, yes, I go away from a country with no, what I wanted to say. Sorry. Yes, for example, I know that I'm going in a corrupt place, but if for me it's better, I will go there, obviously.
All right, but what if you would be in the place you're already in and then just decide to change it?
Because, I mean, in this case you change a whole country, like the Italy, I mean, for example, now. So, how can you do everything alone? So
no, you don't need to be alone, of course.
Of course, 60 million of people, or all the country, need to think the same thing and need to do the same things. But how you can put the same idea in 60 million of height? So
by you, at least the start would be by you dancing on Instagram, right?
No,
Getting it
I don't think that's a solution, man.
No, yeah.
Getting it on. Let's change the country.
Like Jalukavak, I mean, we can think
we can think about it after the trip.
We can think about it, man.
Because that's what I wanted to ask you. If you are traveling so much, do you actually use your social media to promote yourself, to market yourself?
We're doing.
We are trying to do.
We're trying to do. We just started. Because, for example, that's the way... how we would like to promote what we're doing. So for example, even if it's gonna be more difficult, I prefer promote what I would like to do, traveling or all these things, than dancing.
Then that's naked on Instagram.
But you can be dancing and traveling.
No, I just prefer traveling.
That's
the point.
That's
the point. There's a point. Bill Gates is not became the one of the richest man in the world doing on Instagram like this, alright? Even because, I mean, at this time there wasn't Instagram. So, just to let you know. So, he just do a stupid example because he was a genius. It wasn't a beautiful idea, and look at that.
Well, look, so, he wasn't really a genius.
So, there are ways and ways. You
can actually copy what Bill Gates did, right? Because he, in his biography, it's also written that his parents had to keep him off books, right? And so what they compromised on was all right, but not more than 4 hours of reading every day, right? Because he was willing to read even longer, right? So how many people do you know who read books 4 hours a day? Who read 3 hours, 2 hours, 1 hour, half of an hour? How many people do you know, right? Most people take the easiest path, the path of least resistance, right? Which would be, look at this, some Italian dude just dancing, right? And that's how they spend their time. And if you are right beside the dude who's dancing, you get the same attention, but you can direct the attention towards something more useful.
But the fact is, so I am.
Let's dance
if
for
I
a
don't
better
gonna dance
future
on
now.
Instagram to do some money, alright.
Yeah.
If I don't gonna dance, what can I do? I have something else? Can I do something else to reach the same point?
Well, that's a good question, right? But that's
do I have something else, or do I need to dance nuke to be billionaire?
Maybe no, because just because the people like to see bullshit, and I'm not gonna. I don't want to do bullshit even to become rich. Maybe.
Yeah, but
depends.
Yeah, but if you would like to see change, you should be influential. You don't need to be rich to be influential, but you should be influential to achieve something.
Yes, definitely. But I think now the only way for be influential is do bullshit like him.
But not everybody is doing what he does, and still people are influential in different ways. There are scientists who are influential. There are peace workers who are influential.
Yes, but
celebrities.
Those people are influential for 1 out of 1,000 people that can understand them. Because 999 people out of 1,000 will always look at the asshole dancing on the screen.
Yeah, because it's easier.
Because it's easier. So the problem is not him and it's not the science. The problem is the people.
Yeah, but you know how the people will behave, so you can actually adjust your actions to afterwards manipulate and adjust their actions.
It's too complicated.
Really. It's very complicated.
No, but that's the point of marketing.
Yeah,
that's why I'm asking you about.
I understand because
marketing.
For example, imagine that I dance completely nude on Instagram.
Well, not completely.
Not completely. No. You're right. Not almost completely nude.
Yeah, almost.
So almost completely nude on Instagram.
Yeah.
How many people, just to have fun and gonna have a lot of money doing this thing? All right. For example, how many people can understand me or can understand what I would like to do? All right. So
you mean your actions? How many people?
So how many people can take me seriously?
How many people do take him seriously?
A lot of people, unfortunately, because the people is not serious.
So,
that's the
for
problem.
example, try to imagine to show a video that I'm dancing almost naked to a person of 90 years old.
Yeah.
Do you think that he's gonna understand? No.
Well, it depends on your message.
That's why.
You can be dancing just on a dance floor. You can be dancing in some parade.
That's I'm saying almost.
It's your message.
Almost thing depends. So.
No,
because
but
a lot of people can laugh on me as well.
Look,
for example.
Here's the bitter truth. You, in that case, you are not the object of interest. You might be the vehicle for the object of interest. But the object of interest is what you would like it to be. If it's a message, then you might use your dancing as the way to actually promote that message, right?
That's fine.
That's why for instance Bill Gates. Agree. That's why Bill Gates did what's it called, the ALS challenge, or the challenge where they pour ice water on you.
The ice bucket challenge.
Yeah, ice bucket challenge. Yes.
All right.
I mean, say that's how they promote some charity. Right.
Absolutely.
Yeah. But people remember, Bill Gates got cold water.
Absolutely.
So that's the
maybe
vehicle.
Because Bill Gates done it.
What you mean?
Maybe because he's Bill Gates. If I'm gonna do it, nobody will take care about it.
Yeah. Well, but regular people also doing it. That's the thing. It's like it's supposed to be a solidarity thing, right? So yeah, celebrities get the most attention, of course. But also regular people do them, right? The challenges is just the challenge. Absolutely. You challenge yourself in a sense for a good cause. It's like Italy probably has. I know Germany and Great Britain have those red nose days. You know those? Red nose days. It's sort of supposed to be a charity day where people can buy red clown.
Okay.
All right. For a charity for the child or something like that. Yeah. Okay, I already see something like that. Yeah.
So it's sort of like that, right? You just make something weird, but then you have the intention to help for somebody else.
Yeah.
Yeah. So that's why I'm urging you to start dancing on Instagram, right? Yeah. It's not for just entertainment. It's for the children.
Yeah,
we'll think about it.
We can think about it. I mean, if you're gonna look this thing,
here's the thing: Instagram and Facebook is very good for marketing purposes, simply because you can actually test. You can test different things.
Absolutely, I think that at least.
But the cook, the famous cook, is not Italian, right? This one.
He's Turkish.
No,
he's Turkish, right?
It's Turkey.
Yeah. But see, he's not doing anything crazy. He just he just
putting salt on the meat in this way.
Yes. So that's how it works, right? Somebody's being themselves, and somebody else just finding it interesting.
Depends. I mean, the world is changed a lot. during the years, because I think that we are in the 2019, so even because the world now is based, that you like or not, on the social media.
Oh, but besides,
that you like or not. So and then I think the story you can be rich, be famous, or whatever you want, doing something like this. Absolutely, dancing almost naked, doing something like this, because now the world is changed. I think that, for example, he tried to do something like this 50 years ago.
No need. No,
absolutely.
No,
I think
no.
that maybe
50. I remember 50 years
or
ago.
100 years
Right,
ago.
right,
I don't know.
But 50 years ago, the Rolling Stones were touring, right?
Oh.
50 years ago, I mean, rock and roll bands, for instance.
Yeah.
I mean, they just did a lot of drugs, were quite weird.
Yeah,
and people
but it
loved
was
them.
it was different anyway. Respect here. I mean, maybe it was just starting, but I mean, so
well, definitely.
the thing is that now we've definitely changed.
Yeah,
it's the fact that with the social media, now the world is completely changed. Now, because for example, that even start from the beginning. I mean, then if you like or if you don't like the phone. So I think that now in the 2019, if you don't have a phone, you're out of the world.
Sort of. Yeah.
That if you like or if you don't like Instagram, Facebook, YouTube, or whatever is it. So because now that's the world is changed. Now without a phone, without our social media or something like, you are out of the world.
Well, unless
I think almost
unless you are in Italy, where you just come together on Christmas, right? You don't need,
yeah,
you don't need a phone.
Then in this case, you don't need you don't need the phone. But
Is Italy planning to exit the EU, like Britain?
No, really, I don't think so.
Because I've heard of Grexit and Italexit.
Yeah, I heard something like that, but no. I don't really think so. I think that for the England the thing is more serious respect to Italy.
Yeah,
absolutely.
I think we were just talking and Greece as well.
No,
I don't know.
That's it.
I'm not sure.
I don't follow a lot of the politics to be honest, but I don't think so. I heard this thing just once, but I don't think so. I think that, for example, for the England, the thing is more serious respect to the Italy, absolutely.
And you are looking at Europe positive, negative, neutral?
About politics?
But the EU in general.
Generally.
In Latvia, for instance, I could definitely say Latvia has benefited from the EU. I don't know about about Italy.
Neutral. Even because for example, to be honest, I don't really know very well all the other countries of the Europe.
But nobody does.
So
everybody knows their country, sort of, but the rest is just somebody else.
I just can say that. For example, that I think for what I know that Europe. Except some countries, it is not living a good period. So for different countries in the Europe, I just think that the Europe as a continent, or as all the countries they got, I think that really the Europe got infinity opportunities to even for the tourism live a fantastic. I don't know. I can say he got a lot of possibility. The difficult thing, just taking the example of the Italy, of the Greece, or the other countries. So they got infinity possibilities, and the question is why a country beautiful, full of possibility like this is living a difficult moment like this. And that's why. So I think that is I'm not neutral to the Europe, but I think that is the Europe is an up and down in the same moment. So for different countries that are living a fantastic period, like Scandinavian people, Scandinavian countries, sorry, that are absolutely talking about the job, the situation, the life. I know I never been there, but I know I got friends that have been there and say me that the life is beautiful. So the opportunities are infinity, and countries like Italy, Greece, maybe Spain, I don't know, or other countries are living, or some countries of the East Europe are living absolutely the opposite situation.
So what do you think?
I think the Europe more or less is an up and down.
Yeah. So what do you think of the idea that you should just export the governments of Sweden, Germany, Switzerland to, let's say, Italy?
Honestly, I never understood nothing about politics, so I don't have a proper idea to what we should do. Like if we talk about like a European level.
All right, but Lau, you imagine now your current government in Italy, and what would you say if I would offer you, all right, now let's take your government away and put in the government of Sweden?
I think it would be better.
Yeah, I do too.
Yes,
Yeah.
maybe I can't say why, but
I think it's like the Olympics, right? If you can precisely define the discipline, you will find the person who's better than the rest. And I think government can be, in a sense, like a discipline where countries can compete, and somebody should get the gold medal, somebody should get the silver, somebody the bronze, and the rest is just, hey, maybe next time, right?
yeah.
I think if you take the Dutch, you take the Swedish, you take probably the Finnish, probably the German, the Swiss, all those governments, just export them to all the rest of the countries.
Yeah.
Maybe for the other countries will be better.
Hmm?
I'm sure for the other countries will be better.
I honestly think so.
Yeah.
It sounds crazy at first, but it seems to me, well, if it's working for them, why wouldn't it work for the
that's
others?
the thing.
Yeah.
That's the thing, because I think there are countries that got a specific idea in how export or imports, and generally speaking, how to work to get better the country.
It's like a businessman, right?
Absolutely.
If he has a track record of 2 or 3 successful companies, of course you would like him to run the 4th company.
Absolutely.
Yeah, apparently he knows what he's doing.
Absolutely.
Yeah.
Absolutely.
Yeah.
Good. Any final thoughts? We've been doing this for 2.5 hours. I think we can.
2 hours now.
Yeah, I'm
You-
quite tired.
No,
Honestly, but it was interesting.
It's been interesting.
Yeah.
Very good conversation
Where do
about spaghetti, mozzarella, pizza, and
Where
politics and
do
all.
you go next after Latvia?
After
Tallinn.
Latvia, we're gonna be in Tallinn.
Oh,
then-
so then you can compare, because if you would ask me, out of the Baltics, Estonia is the leader. If you would ask me, I mean, I don't have anything against the Latvia, right? But I would say Estonia is more progressive.
Yeah.
Yeah.
More like in the 21st century than we are.
Okay.
Yeah.
All right.
Yeah.
Okay,
And
I know
then
what you mean.
after Estonia, we had Russia, and all the Trans-Siberian.
Ooh.
Tilan, Ulan-Ude, that's just up to the 200 kilometers up to Mongolia.
It sounds so weird that the Italians are willingly going to a colder climate.
We are curious.
They're curious.
Yeah, but you need some jackets.
Yeah,
We have.
we have it. Don't worry, we are prepared.
Yeah.
And then we're gonna go down for Mongolia, China, Nepal, and then
Southeast Asia.
all Southeast Asia till Australia. Everything with no flights.
How do you get to Australia?
We'll
But-
swim.
Swimming.
Like the Syrian immigrants?
Something like that.
No,
boat.
we will take like a gondola, do you know? I'm from Venice, so we'll take a gondola. That's
No,
what we'll
boat.
do.
Boat.
A gondola.
Boat. Gondola,
boat,
right?
yeah.
But that's more like a cruise ship. If you go to Asia and then you are just going south,
Yeah.
you would be probably somewhere in India or somewhere.
We will be in India as well, because we're gonna do Nepal, India, and then we're gonna move in this way for the Southeast
west.
Asia by the west.
No,
so
to the
With
east.
the
Myanmar,
To the east.
With a ship.
East, sorry. No,
Right?
we're going to do after the India. So Myanmar,
Yeah.
Laos, Vietnam,
All right.
Cambodia, Thailand, and then we're gonna go down for Indonesia, Malaysia,
Yeah, but you need to
Bali,
use the ship, right?
Timor-Leste, and Australia.
To
So
move
the-
between the islands, yes, of
yeah,
course, yeah.
between
Yeah.
the islands, yes, but just no flights. So that's it.
Why is that important to you to not use flights?
Because it's not common.
It's not common, first of all, and
Well,
then
depends on the century you are talking about.
no, yeah, absolutely. But no,
Yeah.
for first of all, for a thing, because I mean, for example, I can do all the work through with the plans with the airplane.
Yeah.
So even 3 times if you want. What I see, the sky, done. That's it.
Yeah.
So the fact you don't get any flights is been thinked.
Mhm.
Because if I don't gonna get any flights, I gonna travel slowly. I can see everything.
I can enjoy everything.
I can enjoy everything. All the cultures, all the people, all the cross borders,
All the foods.
It's interesting.
everything.
It's
So
interesting that you still see the benefit of it, because I think I myself would just get annoyed by
Yeah,
No,
you can be annoyed if you see different places every day. You meet
So,
every new people every
it's
day.
every
and you
day-
try something different
so
every day.
you live the life every second. I mean, thinking almost without planned. All right, you need to you live the life second per second per second per second. So that's the beautiful thing. Because you don't know if you're gonna meet a new people, you don't know what you're gonna try. So
Sure.
it's every second
But,
something new.
But I guarantee you will eat rice in Asia.
That
You will eat rice in Asia. That's for sure.
Rice.
Rice.
Oh, we will not
Absolutely.
fight spaghetti, definitely. Nobody will cook a carbonara for us, but
Yeah.
absolutely.
we will try. We will
We
see.
will try, so we're gonna.
We will see.
I mean, even because we've been the last year, just we said before, in Thailand. That's in Southeast Asia, so we're gonna be back again.
Actually, that's one of the things you could actually be original about. When you travel, you just make some mini recordings or with the people you meet. Not just photos, but some type of maybe.
We got the white T-shirt.
Yes, but he's talking about another thing, I think.
You
No. I mean, when you do go there, you can capture the cultures in some easy format, right? Video, or I'm not saying you should do a podcast, but still, you can have some type of interesting interaction, right?
Yeah?
With the people.
No, right.
Yeah, we got
you
a lot
took
of ideas. We
Right.
we had just to think about it.
Even because we already start to work with 3-4 ideas.
So now that you are in the post mentioned in the post we made before the podcast, does that mean that I can actually find and track you?
Yeah, absolutely.
All right.
So we go. I mean, you mean if you like to track us on?
No, if I will press on your username, will it show me your current posts?
It depends if you write it, I think. I don't know.
Absolutely.
It depends how active you are, I guess.
No, I mean
Instagram.
because for example, I do an example on internet. For
Mhm.
example, on Instagram, we did a page that's called DTWV. That's Dreaming the World.
Yeah.
That's an Instagram page that we opened a month ago when we left
Mhm.
from Italy. And when we start for this trip, so we open this page and we're posting every day, one post every day. So day by day 1, day 2, day 3, 4, and keep going this
that's
way.
what I meant.
So every day we're gonna post
Yeah.
plus a couple of photographies formats that we got on the same page, plus the YouTube channel as well.
Yeah.
For the moment we start in this way.
Very good.
Then we got a lot of other ideas that we'd like to do in the
Yeah, we
future.
have just to check it and think about it and work about it. If there will be like a good thing, we have to see.
Sounds good. All right. Shall we finish?
Okay.
Absolutely.
All right. Thank you,
So-
guys.
Okay. No, thank you very much.
Thanks
It's
to
been a
you.
pleasure.
It's been
Thank
a
you.
pleasure,
Let me
and
just press a lot of stops.